I can help you with Discord.
Okay. Yeah, everyone. Cause so my one friend he's making me like a Forest Mommy Discord that I can do, I guess. All right, here we go. Let's play our intro.
Hey, while you got that open still, you can download it from there.
I think I did put it on my computer. Is that what you
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I can add it to something. Why?
Because I don't know.
Might be
Having
easier
it
to play.
streamed, the quality just tanks.
Okay. Well, here, while we're here, we could try something. Let's hold on. Stop that.
Shane asked if you can be his dominatrix.
No, Shane. Sorry. I mean, literally, I wish I fucking could. Because people ask me, and I'm like, I wish I fucking could. I just can't. I can't do it. I try, and I'm like, it's just not natural. Hey, Joe.
What up, Joe Morgan?
Welcome everybody to the Golden Shower Sunday stream. I was thinking this morning we're gonna take back golden showers, so people don't think of piss. They'll think of
Kelly.
us. Yes, they don't think of that. They'll think of us. That's what I hope. But we'll see. We'll see. I was running around this morning. Gotta get some drink in me though.
What sucks about R. Kelly is that he's a brilliant musician, but he's also a piece of shit.
Hey, Kathy. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you listen to if you don't listen to the words, there's like some seriously good shit going on. And he was so open about it. Like, how do you get to the point where you're that open about it?
People just ignored it for a long time.
Yeah, which that happens. Like, I'm always on Twitter. Like, yeah, I get. That's why I bring up the family abuse a lot because, yeah, there's shit that goes on outside the home, right? Oh, are you frozen?
My camera already died. Give me 1 second. All right. Keep going. Keep going.
Because all these people, we all know that sexual abuse happens, right? And it happens usually when a kid's young and at home with somebody, whether it's a family or a close friend. And then it gets not talked about. No one talks about it. Kind of gets pushed under the rug. Well, then that child is more likely to become a, abuser as well.
Yep. That's usually how the cycle goes.
Yeah. And so, I get that these teachers are a problem, the groomer teachers, but and we need to fix that. But let's stop fucking glossing over that it happens at home. And that's where, I've just heard so many stories.
Yeah. Got to get to the root of the problem. And it's the same for gun control, which I've been arguing about with people all week. Like, people want to say, oh, let's ban AR-15s or whatever and problem solve. No, because you failed to address why Uvalde happened or why Buffalo or any of these shootings happened. You didn't get to the bottom. You didn't even try to figure out what went wrong with the person who committed the atrocity.
Who's at fault? Who's the person who is at fault? And I was like,
and then they look at.
Go ahead.
Then you got motherfuckers. I actually had somebody say that I killed the kids in Uvalde just for owning an AR-15.
That's so fucked up. That's psychologically fucked up on their part.
Yeah, and then in my thread about how I saw this today, finally, because I had it muted, but my thread about the racist history of gun control, this dumb chick. She goes, "Yeah, you won't have to worry about this group of kids, or I'm sorry, this group taking your guns." And they put up like photos of kids who were killed in mass shootings, and I was like, "Go fuck yourself, lady, you piece of shit, putting that on me."
That's what's like. If you look at a psychological aspect, the people who say this, they're basically admitting that they couldn't have a gun without shooting kids because they can see that you have one and you haven't done it, but they just imagine it. It's
right.
like. And that all these fucking half these school shooters are fucking weirdo kids that are like every other weirdo kid on the internet, right? And like no one wants to talk about that. Like the Texas one, he looks like every fucking kid I would think is a commie with a cartoon profile picture on Twitter.
Yep.
Like, no one wants to talk about that though.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm going to set aside the theory that the guy at Buffalo is a Fed, which I think he was, but let's say for a second he isn't. He had issues, I'm pretty sure, that no one bothered to address. A Parkland kid too.
Oh yeah, and the Sandy Hook kid. This is what I wanted to talk with. Oh yeah, do you want to get jealous about something really quick?
Jealous?
Yeah, at the end of the month, Monica Perez is going to come on me and Alice's show.
No way.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But I think her. I know, me too. I asked her and I'm like, well, I know she loves to drink and stuff too. So I'm like, oh, that'll be fun. Like, we can just pick her brain. So that's on the 23rd. If anyone's watching, Monica Perez is going to come on the Scissor Me Timbers stream. But anyways, I don't know why I thought of that, but I was thinking about the park. Oh, that's why, because I wanted to ask her about this. So the Parkland shooting, the Adam Lanza one, the guy who was he was like retarded somehow,
right.
like, severe autism and stuff. So there was I saw this whole documentary that I can't find anymore, but it was like the mom had him. So it was the mom and dad were divorced and the mom was taking care of this kid. And she did take him to the gun range and stuff like that. But she had the kid in all these programs at school that were helping him and helped him cope. Like if you're a kid like that, you do need those programs. There are good things to those programs, right? For kids like that. Well, she just like randomly took him out of all those programs. So, that ruined his schedule and made him a little more crazy. And then it's just like, there's all this weird stuff around that one too. It's like, and then he killed the mom, obviously, so couldn't really talk to her about it. But
which one was this?
That was the Sandy Hook one.
Oh, Sandy Hook. Okay.
Yeah, the one and then that's why like Alex Jones went all crazy with and all that. Yeah, the Buffalo one was weird too. And did you listen to that I shared it, but that longer clip of Ma, she said the same thing. Is like whether you believe it was conspiracy or not, like that kid, whether his manifesto was real or not, right? He specifically said he went there because of the gun laws, because he knew the people wouldn't have guns and stuff.
Yeah, because he knew people wouldn't be there to shoot back.
Yeah.
And apparently, one of my mutuals I didn't mean to cut you off.
You cut me off, baby. You keep going.
Okay. No, one of my mutuals had mentioned that apparently they interviewed someone after the fact. It's a black dude who said, more people need to be armed and this type of thing wouldn't happen. And he's right. And of course, the mainstream media didn't blast that all over the airways like they do everything else.
I know, it's so funny. It's so funny when they say that, well, if black people get armed, then they'll make gun laws. And it's like, well, then you're the motherfuckers. You're the only people who want gun laws. So you should be the ones pushing for blacks to get armed. If that's the truth, what would really happen, right? So dumb.
They want to do everything for people of color. I hate that fucking term, people of color, to be honest.
What do you prefer? You prefer dark chocolate, right?
Yes, exactly. Even though I'm not that dark. But they always want to advocate for minorities until it comes to guns.
And then they pretend to. Then they're like, well, if they had guns, Republicans would take it away. And it's like, there's no logic in that. You are the only ones trained to take guns away. So why would you even there's just no logic in it.
It's also racist as shit because you want me to be disarmed and you're trying to project it onto the right.
Yeah.
And to be fair, there are conservatives out there who don't want to see minorities armed. It's just they do exist, but
yeah,
to act like it's all of them is just retarded.
Yeah, and I think there's more and more people like all of us, more liberty-minded people, and I think a lot of more people on the right are kind of coming over to us too, especially on this issue. So I don't know. It was bullshit. fuckers. Like, and they all say it. Even some of the black people were saying that. Shit.
Yeah, I've
And
seen
it's
that
like,
too. It's like, why would Dave Chappelle had a joke about it in his special Sticks and Stones.
about like if black people have guns and they get them
Yeah, it
taken
goes
away.
at some point. He goes, every black person should register an illegal firearm, and they got the cheers. And then it goes, maybe they'll change the law. No, and then what thing I saw this morning, some idiot said, there's a couple of interesting interactions I had over this. So in my thread, he was replying to someone else, and he goes, so you think people should be able to defend their homes with a tank? And then I reply, I say, yep. And then he replies, you fucking child. And that's important because of what happened next. After he said that, I tell him, cope. And then he goes, well, I hope next time it's your family members who get gunned down, and we'll tell you to cope then. Who's the child in that scenario?
It's
Me or this motherfucker? And then I called him out on it. I quote tweeted him and called him out on it. He got ratioed so hard he ended up deleting his account. It's like, yeah, you don't go fucking wishing death on people's family members just because you disagree with them, fucking cocksucker.
Yeah, and again, they're just projecting their own shit there. Hey, Tactical. Yeah,
hey, what up, TT? You want to come on?
Yeah, TT, are you working or you want to come on? Yeah, we got to figure out how to get Maj on. That's for sure.
Yeah, we should definitely have him on. And then another interaction I had this morning, someone quote tweeted me and said I was basically peddling white supremacist rhetoric. And I'm like, how do you read a thread written by a black dude going over the racist history of gun control and you come away with it? And what you come away with is he's peddling white supremacist rhetoric.
They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That's all it is.
And then me and a bunch of people went at him. He ended up deleting this tweet and then blocking me on both of my accounts and a bunch of other people.
Good. I mean, half the shit on Twitter I feel like is bait to get us to say shit and then they block us all. Some of that stuff.
No, I think it should be illegal for people who say dumb shit to block people when they get called out. It's like, no, you gotta live with the embarrassment of. I think people should live with the embarrassment they get when they get called out for saying stupid shit. Yeah,
like fucking Christopher Titus. Christopher Titus, come on my live stream, by the way. Fucker. I just want to talk to him. I just want to have a chat. I'm so tempted to go to his comedy show and watch it and enjoy it. And then at the end, if I can shake his hand and get a picture, and while I'm getting a picture with him, be smiling and be like, why do you want me to be unarmed and unable to protect you? That's
you should see if you could get your Glock in. You just take a picture posing with your Glock. That'll probably get you arrested, but
yeah, I don't think I can breathe that in, but it's just funny.
Watch him get uncomfortable.
Yeah, I just want. That's what I'm like. He just think I'm some dumb fan wanting a picture with him, and I'm like, hey, these are my fantasies of late now because the world is too crazy. So that's the shit I fantasize about.
Yeah. And here's another interesting interaction I had today. In one of the final tweets of the thread, I go, gun rights is civil rights. Someone quote tweeted that and then put that in quotes and then asked me if I'm serious. I'm like, yeah, not only am I fucking serious, but I'm also correct. And literally almost everyone who replied to his tweet was like, yeah, he's serious and he's correct.
It's like, maybe, obviously they've just never thought of it from that way before. But hopefully those interactions not change minds, but at least make people think. I don't know. You're like, yeah. Like, how could he be so sure that was such a weird thing for you to say?
Right.
Anyway. Oh yeah, and I was thinking that. So that jewelry, I'm gonna start helping my friend sell online. The purple stuff, the purple gun stuff.
He does cufflinks, right?
Yeah, he sent. There was one picture.
I gotta get some cufflinks.
I'll get you some cufflinks. Yeah, so he's gonna make a bunch more purple stuff, but I'll help him sell because he's so funny. He's a trust fund kid and you would never know it, but he's a trust funder because his parents used to own a gun range and gun shit. And then, so that's
really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And he's super down to earth and you wouldn't know. And he works, so he makes his jewelry out of the spent shells. And then he just goes to gun shows and does booths and stuff. So
that's fucking cool, dude. I got to get some cufflinks.
Yeah. So I told him, I have a huge, I have a huge audience of gun people who even yesterday people were messaging me right away. So I'm like, hell yeah. So he's like, yeah. So he said I can get half of it, and then I figure what we'll do is I'll like donate half of what I make to Black Guns Matter, or something like that.
That would be cool.
It would be cool. Oh, TT
You got to
can't
be
come on.
stylish while keeping and bearing arms, right?
Hell yeah. Who doesn't like? And then I love our purple idea. Yeah, all the people. Purple is for pro self defense, anti tyranny, pro
Yeah, they
guns.
co-opted orange. So
we taking purple. Well, you already had
straight.
purple. Now we're just
Yep.
making another use of it. I like it. So I can't even. Can my camera? Can you tell this is purple on the camera? I can't even tell.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like a fancy
sure
shirt.
It looks dark. I'm not sure if it's that dark.
Yeah, it's like dark purple.
Yeah.
And like a weird fabric, but anyways. Oh yeah, and then hopefully Phil will come on at some point. He didn't get back to me, but that's right. He's busy, but I'm sure at some point he can.
Right.
What other people should?
Damn, I actually am jealous. You get to speak with Monica Perez. Fuck, man.
You could be in the chat that night because it is a girls only stream. I know. I need to start reaching out. I was like nervous reaching out, like, hey Monica, but she's known me since Forest Mommy and stuff too. So I'm like, you never know if people like hate me or love me, or like
right.
how they feel about me. So you never know. Yeah, we got who else should we try and get on? I want to get Robbie back on too for like just us and Robbie. Yeah. Just let him go and be funny. Oh, and then Pew Pew Jew wants to come on. So he always celebrates the Sabbath, obviously. But I thought it'd be fun to get him on, talk guns. And then, but I think he says by Sunday nights he can start using electronics again. So if not one of these, he says he wants to come on anyways. Thank you, TT. Exactly, Stephen. If they hate me, they love to hate me or hate to love me. One of those things. Get hate follows all the time. But I don't care.
That's fucking weird. I'm gonna hate follow. You could just block, and not deal with it.
Did you see that incel kind of guy who he was following me, and then someone shared this thing about like a guy's like, I have a house, I have blah blah, and what do you have to offer? And the girl's like, me. it was like a joke, I was making fun of that, and then I was like, yeah, sometimes it does work, because there's more depth to it than just a person, obviously. Right, but it's just funny to be shallow like that. And then some Matt MG, one of the men going their own way, ugly fuck, and like he like shared it, and he's like, "This is why we don't want to have girlfriends." Blah blah. And the dude looked like he was 12. He's ugly. He looked like he lived in his parents' basement, and I was like, "Okay, buddy."
Oof.
Then he blocked me, but I at first when I looked, he was following me, so it was funny.
That's
if you
weird.
can't get a joke like that, like fuck off.
Man, people are fucking weird.
I know. The internet has so many weird people. Oh my god, I was in a space last night with those people like going to space. It felt like schizophrenia.
Did you feel like you were in an insane asylum?
Yeah, like it was all those crazy people, and everyone was just like turned up to like 50, and then there was like more crazy people came in, and it was just like, oh my god, what is going on? It was like a train wreck. I couldn't put it down. I love it. Those things are so. I said I'm only gonna do those once a week. And last night was like the third time I hopped on in a week.
It can be fun though.
Yeah, well, it's like chatting, and like I say it's like fellowship. It's not church, but it's kind of a church where you're talking with people, and everyone gets real, and we all like talk real shit, and people cry, and like. I love it. And then when I read everybody's posts, I can read it in their voices now. Like after you talk to them enough. And there's a commie who has the black voice changer. I'm sure you've probably heard him do that.
I've heard about him, yeah.
So sometimes I read his voice in his Clarence voice or his regular Jew voice. I know.
That is he has a whole name.
He has a whole character. What was he saying last night? He said, someone stole my Ultima. Someone stole my Ultima. Like me laughs. It's so stupid. I love just being stupid like that.
Yeah, it's fun. Just goof around, be dumb.
Yeah, and be silly, and it's good to it's just good to talk to and get. It's funny because people just end up talking over each other sometimes. I mean, that just happens, right? But
yeah.
Some people come in and get really mad about that and like weird. I'm like, look. Everyone's doing the best they can, and you can't get like upset because someone's like, ugh, why is everyone talking over me? And I was like, oh Jesus Christ. I was running it too. I was like, oh, I don't even care. Yes, Commies hilarious and Colonel's hilarious.
I'm hanging out with Alice again next Saturday.
Yeah, at her house, right?
Yep.
Yeah. She says she has a friend who's 6'4", who's always the tallest. So you're gonna be the tallest, new tallest.
Oh yeah, she told me about him.
That should be fun. I'm jealous. I love me and her because we could just fucking talk for hours, man. Our conversations get real as fuck too.
Y'all would definitely get along really well IRL. I can tell.
I'm pretty sure. I was like, I should just come in. I'll get a hotel like in between you guys or something, but then we can party at her house, party at the hotel, whatever. Oh, yeah. Hey, Constitutional Carpenter, who else is in here?
And I'm mad because of these goddamn plane tickets. I wanted to go to Arizona for Father's Day, but after I saw this prices, I'm like, yeah, that's not happening.
And they cancel half the shit nowadays anyways. I feel like everybody's like, oh, my flight just got canceled, like for no reason.
Yeah, that happened to me right before I went off to Virginia. My return flight got canceled. That's why I came back a day early.
And it wasn't even like weather or anything, was it?
I think it was actually.
Oh, okay.
I think it actually was weather.
They were thinking something was going to come in like the next day or something.
Yeah, but I don't think that ended up happening. So.
Yeah. So, like, they always do that. They do that in Colorado. Like, they will predict some stuff and then it like won't be anything, and then like they won't predict something and that's when it's, you know, a big storm or whatever.
Right.
Lord. What was there? First One Shot. I don't know if you've ever seen First One Shot. He got on Twitter now too.
First One Shot.
He's not in here right now, I think, but he's like one of Tactical's dudes. But I was like, yeah, you're on Twitter now. I think he did it just to see if I post slutty pictures, which I do. So it's like, welcome, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Oh, you sent me a private chat. What'd you say? Oh, yes.
Oh, no, that's when you were asking if I could hear you. That's, yeah.
Oh, you're on the phone.
Yeah.
All right. I was being all, Hex, can you hear me? Lord. Yeah, I don't know. What else we got going on? Who did was last week one Quincy? Quincy popped on last week, right?
That was last week.
I love it. Yeah, if anyone knows Maj Toure, like a way to get in touch with him personally, can you help us connect? I should actually ask like Angela and some of the Mises Caucus people.
Yeah, there's someone we should probably talk to.
And yeah, she would probably come on anytime. She likes Forest Mommy. She always laughs because she's like, everyone thought the Mises Caucus was just like super conservative, which I know there are people who are like that, but that's not like the fucking point, right?
Right.
And then she's like, and then there's Forest Mommy. To be
it's like the whole point is to actually do something with the LP.
Yeah, and just to do something. That's what it would really be fun to get Maj on and then get some of those people who are calling the Mises Caucus racist.
Oh yeah, and people don't know that like he ran for a seat on the Philadelphia City Council back in 2018 or 19, one of them. Okay. And the Mises Caucus helped him out. Yeah. I don't know how many people know that, but
that's what they're good. So that's what the whole point is, because it's all about local shit anyways too. So like the Mises just helped get this fire under people to like start reaching out to their local, start getting everybody local, and it's just normal fucking people. It's just, I hate like when they're like, oh, like I get it's a group, and trust me, I don't like being parts of groups either, but it's a very non-group group because literally everyone's different. Everyone's allowed everyone's allowed to participate as much as they want or not participate as much as they want. It's like, and it's energy. Look how many people already on Twitter were saying, oh, I rejoined the LP. Fine, you know, like,
right.
They weren't saying that shit last year. So, and a lot of people are like still burned.
There's someone posted this cringy ass meme where there's a picture of a cross on fire and then the Mises Caucus logo, and then the caption read, "Some of those in this caucus are the ones that burn crosses." It's a play on the lyric from Rage Against the Machine's "Killing in the Name," and I'm like, that's so goddamn cringe. Fucking,
it's so dumb.
Dork that made that.
It's so dumb, and it's funny because it's like I told that one girl, I don't know if I won't name names now, but like she was saying something. I said, she said something about how the Mises Caucus people need to be bullied for being racist. And I was like, bully me right now and call me racist right now. And but then it just turned, she didn't have anything worth arguing about. She just kept trying to, you know how people online are when they argue, like I answered everything.
They just throw words and hope something sticks.
Yeah, and then eventually she's like, "Oh, you're not anarchist," well, like all this, and I'm like, I was just very calmly answering it. Oh, and the first thing she said is like, "Look, you're just a boring white bitch or whatever," and I'm like, okay, I was like, yeah, I kind of am, but she's a fucking boring.
I'd be like, first
too.
of all, I'm black now.
Yeah, you should have said that. You should have said that. But it's funny. I'm like, yeah, I've spent my whole life trying to look like a basic bitch, man. But I was like, I didn't say this, but I'm like, she's a fucking boring white bitch too. Like, how is that a fucking gut down? You know?
Right.
And then it just went on. And it just went on. Oh, and then she was like making accusations and like Clint sends weird shit, and then shit going back to like a year ago. And I was just like, come on. And no one's fucking making you be a part of it. That's what I don't get. Like, people are like, oh my God, I hate the LP. I will never vote. And it's like, no one, okay. No one probably asked you.
It's like at that point, it's clear that you're the person who shouldn't be in the LP anyway. At that point.
Yeah. And some of them said they were in it, and I'm like, okay, if you had a bad experience, then yeah, I wouldn't. But no one's forcing you to get back into it. It's just weird. And there's all these like older established kind of podcasty type people being like, everyone should not do that. They shouldn't give their energy to that. But and I'm like, what's the point of that? Like, just do your own thing. Do your own thing, improve your or like what, you don't have to tear other things down. Especially when it's people like we're not fucking weirdos. I don't know. I just see it as a last, like, trust me, I've said this a million times. I don't believe in the political process. I hate the fucking political process, right? But this is like a last ditch effort to use this one thing where we're already kind of in a little bit. Last ditch effort just to try. Why not fucking try?
Yeah, I like the multifaceted or multi-angle approach. You know, if you want to do the agorism thing, I'm a big fan of that. You know, if you want to go and do things locally, try to get like your city or county as close to Ancapistan as you can. I'm also a fan of that. Like, I just don't understand. Like people get caught up in it's my way or the highway, and it's like, no, retard, stop doing that. Things are too shit right now for you to be doing that.
Yeah, I don't get that, and I'm like, yeah, we can all do multiple things. That's what's weird about it. Like that one guy, Sal, which people have problems with him, but he said some shit about it too, and I'm like, you sell fucking t-shirts, like, and you're telling, and then he's like, oh, these people are just gonna like benefit off a personal brand or whatever. I'm like, that's literally what you do, dude. Like, what is it? Like, what do you make your fucking, and I think to join national is like 25 a year, and I forget what your state one is, but it can't be more than 25. Okay, so there's $50 a year. His like t-shirts are $50 each, or you know, so it's like,
right.
He's like, don't put your money into that. And I'm like, well, I'm compared to the people who are working here. People out here do so much volunteering into it. I'm like, holy shit, I need to step up my fucking game.
I got another retard trying to use dead kids to say I'm bad for owning guns.
Well, let's hear it.
No, so he's replying to someone. He's not talking to me specifically. He's replying to someone else. Oh, no, he is talking to me. I'm retarded. He goes, you're not bad for owning weapons. You're bad for thinking that they're more important than innocent lives, and for your reflexive response to a mass shooting being angst at the possibility of them being further regulated, which is like, first of all, motherfucker, they are important. My right to self-defense is more important than your life. Just eat shit. And wow, I need to think about this.
Yeah. Because they make it so weird.
It's like, first of all, just because I like weapons doesn't mean I don't care about innocent lives. I do, and that's part of the reason why I own weapons, is to protect life, motherfucker.
Yep.
And about the point of my response being upset that they're gonna use it to implement further gun control, and it's like, yeah, because it's happened before. Vegas, they banned bump stocks, even though that was pretty much a false flag. It's like, fuck yourself.
Already regulated. And half those people, you should ask them, what are the current regulations? You know, these people don't know what the fucking laws are. And there's like, how many, 20,000 fucking gun laws as it is already?
There are 500 on the federal, like around a bit over 500 on the federal level. And then like between all state, county, and local municipalities, like 22,000, somewhere around there.
So fuck off.
Yeah, and it's like, and the thing that I hate is like, you don't care about innocent life. Go fuck yourself. Trying to
I-
emotionally manipulate me.
Yeah, you ain't kill nobody. He's the person who would pick up a gun and not care about. That's him saying, I would pick up a gun and not care about life. But they're putting it on you. That's
Right.
racist. That's racist.
I'm about to light this motherfucker up.
Get him. Yeah. So, oh yeah, I should. All the people who are in here and gun people who aren't on Twitter, I'm gonna be selling some jewelry that's used. It's made from gun bullet casing. Sorry, just FYI. I'll post it on here too about it. I'm gonna get something nice for TT. Give him a nice little bolo with some gun. Oh, I should tell my friend to make bolos with some gun stuff.
Cool.
Sorry, everybody. We're technology-ing. Can't believe the shooter broke the federal gun. I know the law. That's a gun-free zone. That's the regulation right there.
Yep.
And it didn't fucking work.
No, there's some. I can't find a thread now, but someone had a thread about how mass shootings basically didn't happen until like the 70s or 80s or 90s. But before that, everyone brought guns to school all the time and nothing happened.
Yep. They had guns in their trucks.
Yeah, they would like go to school and then like go hunt right after or something.
Yeah, they don't care about shooting people. Stuff. Yeah, the gun-free zone shit's like weird at this point. I mean, they should have fucking changed it after Columbine, right? But
now the funny thing about Columbine is the assault weapons ban that went on for 10 years. Columbine happened during that. And then there's actually been research done to determine whether or not that ban actually worked, and they came to the conclusion that no, it didn't.
Of course not. Of course not. People are gonna always do. You could, like we all know, they could ban guns, and guess what? The bad guys will still fucking get them, and that's the government. The government are the bad guys too.
Yeah, and that and criminals like go to the hood. You know somebody, you can get in a fucking Uzi just from some dude in the hood.
Yeah, capitalism, baby. Can't blame it. Can't blame it. But yeah, where the gun laws are the most strictest is like where there's the most gun violence. Silly.
Yep.
Silly.
And then I see people try to like, well, look at all these mass shootings where an AR-15 was used. And it's like, okay, do FBI crime stats and see which firearms are used the most in crime. It's not AR-15s. They make up less than 1%.
Pearl High School shooting Columbine. Oh, the Brady Bill era. So, maybe they could think a little bit on that, but no. But we all know.
People just want to exploit the deaths of innocent people. That's just the fucking demonic to me.
It is. And they don't care when the government does it to people in other places. They don't fucking care.
Yeah, it's like, go fuck yourself. You support the government bombing kids in Yemen, and you want to lecture me about innocent life? Suck my dick.
It's true.
I've had it with these fucking people.
I'm going to clip that.
And then you get the people who say having an AR-15 won't make your penis bigger. One day I'm going to just drop an unsolicited dick pic in the replies of one of these clowns.
It's like they're the ones who think of dicks all the time. They're the ones thinking about dicks.
And a lot of them are the same ones who think it's okay to groom children.
They think it's they're like they're okay with cutting off dicks and building new dicks on a human body, but then they're like always equate guns to dicks. It's just weird. They're so but they have no values.
And then someone and some other dumb cunt replied with a picture. I don't know if you saw this, but there's this picture going around of like all these. It had a picture of Thomas Massey and his family in it. And they all
it's grooming. It's all the people with guns.
And it's like there's a difference between that and having 40-year-old dudes dressed in drag treat 9-year-olds like strippers. And based on your reply to me, I know which one you're comfortable with. You fucking piece of shit.
Yep. That's what's so creepy about it. It's more about that the government has like been able to get into people, any person who thinks it's not right to self-defend yourself, and like that's fucked. Like that's just a fucked idea. You should never say, oh, you can't defend yourself. Like what the fuck?
Right. The police will protect us.
And then they hate the police.
Right.
Like they just
All
got
cops are
nothing.
bastards but they should. All cops are bastards, but they should be the only ones who have firearms.
Yeah, and they're
And then
not
while they
bastards.
fucking sit back and let someone slaughter kids in the school, and then hold back parents who want to actually do something. But then they'll show up in an MRAP because somebody had their bar open during the lockdowns, which actually did happen.
Yeah.
Like, just eat shit, all of you.
That's what I was gonna say.
Not the people watching, because people
we-
in our circles are based because we understand this. But to our opposition, all of you can eat shit.
Yeah, like exactly. I was gonna say that they were fine with cops enforcing the COVID shit, shutting down churches, but yeah. See, you want to talk about that drag stuff because it was big. I mean, obviously they want us to talk about it, so I'm gonna talk about it. So I obviously I love that shit at the gay bars and shit, and like it is this. I made a post yesterday. I'm like, if degenerates like myself are saying boundaries have been crossed, maybe listen to us, especially because I've always supported all my friends and the drag friends, which drags are usually just straight gay. Well, they're not all straight. It's usually gay men. They're not trans. They're just like dressing like women, right? It's more of a cross-dresser thing. And but you do not like why were they teaching kids how to throw money and like do that shit? Like, why do you need to do that with children around? You should never have that thought in your mind, ever. Like, I love dancing sexy and getting all doll, like, and I do it where there's adults, you know? Like,
right. It's just not a place for children to be, like, at all.
Kids should not know what making it rain means. Like, that you could get money thrown on you and you do a sexy dance in a sexy outfit. Like, that's not something you should teach them. You can learn it when you're 18 or older and you go to the strip club for the first time. That's when you can learn it. But, like,
you know, it's also funny is like people think teaching, you know, kindergartners about sexuality is fine. They think their brains are mature enough for that, but they think 18-year-olds are too immature to own an AR-15 unless you join the military and kill people in other countries on behalf of the state and corporate interests.
There's no values. There's no integrity, no value, no integrity of thought. They have no logic.
This is no thought at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly. They're just receiving their transmissions and repeating it. Hey, Molden Skull.
You know what's funny about that? When in my thread, I had like at least 8 people before I muted it because I just got tired of dealing with it. I had like 8 people try to use the well-regulated argument against me when it came to the Second Amendment. I'm like, how many times do I have to go over this? It does not mean government regulation because that would literally defeat the point. It means in working order, meaning does your shit work? Do you have the necessary equipment? Like, Jesus fuck.
Or as you are human. That's why I made a post because I'm like, or it means like you as a human. Hey,
dog.
No. That's I'm babysitting a dog and my dog doesn't bark, but this one barks. What was I gonna say? Oh, what was I saying? What did you just say? I was like about to go on a roll too, man.
I was talking about how people think that well-regulated means in working order. I mean, means government regulation, and I'm talking about how that isn't what it means at all. And then you were saying something about human something.
That means we as people regulate ourselves too, because obviously these fucking crazy kids who go shoot up schools are not regulated and they're on all these drugs or whatever. And I'm like, I regulate my life. I'm not perfect.
Right.
But like, I keep myself healthy. I keep myself fed. I make sure all my responsibilities are covered. You know, shit, like that's being well regulated. And those are the people who can have guns, and that's a well-regulated gun right there, a militia. Boom.
Right.
Fuck off.
And can we talk about the fact that how he was apparently able to afford two $2,000 rifles working at Wendy's?
Yes, I did you see that other TikTok video that got posted? It was like an army guy, and he like added up everything that he found that guy had, including rounds. He said it was all.
Apparently, he had a really nice iPhone too.
Yeah, he said that even just in the ammo, the like semi armor he had and all that, it was like $9,000. And I know you can save up easy when you're living at home,
not paying rent. Yeah, not paying rent or anything like that. But
right, but I don't think so. I'm not buying it. Not in this day and age. Hey, Lucifer Morningstar. God love his name. What do you say? Oh, part yeah, 13. Yeah. He had all sorts of shit. It's like, come on. And did they even like go to an FFL or a gun shop or whatever and like actually say, okay, he did do a background check. He did do everything. This is how he paid with this money. Like they should be able to figure that shit out with how everything's regulated
I don't
in the
know.
gun industry.
Actually, I haven't seen anything about that. I have to ask somebody who has looked into it or look into it myself. That I'm not sure about.
Yeah, exactly. Constitutional carpenter. Like, yeah, I get like you could have saved up easy, and I'm just saying in this day and age, a kid like that, I don't know. I just don't see him saving. Like, you know how
Right.
everyone's terrible with their money, especially young kids nowadays. So yeah, I don't know. It stinks.
Yeah, this one glows too, to be honest.
And the cops stopped like cooperating with the Texas public safety investigation and shit.
Yep.
Oh, and remember how like
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like camera went off.
I'm on it.
The like literally the next day or two after it happened, Biden's like, we're not gonna launch an investigation. The police did a great job. Did you remember that? Do you guys remember that in the chat?
I think I vaguely remember that. Seeing something about that.
I mean, I read it online, so that's, when you read things online, but like, it's just like, fuck off. These people just need to fuck off. And it's almost, it's pissing me off because they throw everything in our faces and they're like, look, we can still get people to push gun control and want cops only to have a gun, even though we'll show you cops won't even protect you right in your face, blah, blah, and we'll make them believe this and this. And it's like, fuck these people. Oh yeah, Lucifer. Oh yeah, someone else texted me too with a little conspiracy theory because it's a border town, so there might be a lot of sex trafficking and child trafficking going on. Is it not working at all?
Give me 1 second.
My hair looks really good today, guys.
It always looking good. What you talking about, girl?
Oh, thanks. I'm trying to get like the Farrah Fawcett curl going a little stronger because my hair's like the right cut for it right now. Yeah, so someone was thinking maybe there was some sex trafficking thing going on and it was the cops were part of it, and this, I don't know, it could be anything, right? Like, who knows? But I agree, yeah, it's cartels. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was also a huge immigrant to the cartel. Maybe just like gangs in the, okay, that's not like, if you're fatherless and kind of lost in the hood, you're gonna go to a gang, right? So maybe someone like him, when you're close to the border like that, you easily get into the cartel. I don't know.
They probably, was he an immigrant or no?
I think he was born. I think I don't actually, I'm not gonna I don't know at all. I know that I saw that he was immigrant of some sort, but I don't know. So everyone's hype on this Philadelphia shooting. Oh yeah, was there a Philadelphia shooting? Which one was that one?
I briefly heard something about it, but I haven't looked into it.
There's always shit going on, man. Oh, we'll wait for Hex to come back. Everyone will have to just look at me right now. No, yeah, it's all like, it's just stupid. Right here he is. We lost you, brother.
I don't know what happened there.
The feds. We were see? Look at, we were talking about this shit. And now look at the problem. Hey, Brady. They're on to us, y'all. They are on to us. No, just kidding. I only have 1,000 subscribers. They're fucking with his internet. 14 shot, 3 dead. Okay. The guy that gave the police the stand, in Texas tomorrow, yeah. I mean, anything. Yeah. And then, that would make sense because then Beto took his little dramatic ass to that meeting right away and like was made a scene. So it was all for his politics. These motherfuckers will kill people for politics. They'll kill people for politics. You back. It's the feds, man. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good. That someone was saying, so the police chief or whoever gave the stand down order to not go in was a Beto O'Rourke donor. And then remember, like 2 days, the next day or the next 2 days or whatever, Beto was at that conference and like made a fucking scene. So like it could be all for politics for him. That could be part of it. What Forest mine? What American dialect? Mine's kind of mixed, and I'm kind of a parrot. I live in Colorado, but I grew up with people from Chicago, and I've made my own dialect. I don't know, kind of Midwest. I would say it's Midwestern would be closest. Where are you from, Henrik? Yeah, yeah. I mean, these fucks will do anything for attention too. They're all like, I love attention. Why do these fuckers gotta go into politics to get attention? Like, just be hot. That's all you gotta do. Oh, the commander.
Not everyone gets favorable genes, I guess.
You know what? You work with what you got, and you have a good attitude, and you can overcome some of that shit.
That's true. That's what I learned to do.
Whatever. You're hot. Oh, Norway. From Norway. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw you went on the city council. See, this is what we all have to do with libertarian shit is get on the city councils, get on all this shit that's close. If you have kids, get on the school boards. Like, this is the only way. This is our last chance and our only way to do it. And they weren't paying attention to local politics for so long. So that's how they started getting all the fucking Soros weirdos in. And so now we just need to take it back especially while shit's crazy. So all those people who are kind of like on the fence, they could be like, oh yeah, we should go with normal people. It is easier said than done, but he's talking about being hot. I'll give you a makeover. We can make it work. I know have you gone to, you're not even in the LP, are you really? But you like
I follow, but I'm not in it.
Yeah. I don't know if there's that. I know there's an Ohio LP in MC.
Yeah, but it's like run by people who aren't even here. That Brianna Coyle person somehow got a position in it.
Well, maybe she's quitting. Maybe she's gonna rage quit now.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So in Colorado, the LP grew like crazy. I want to say maybe I was part of it because during COVID, and like a lot of people were following me, and I brought a bunch of people, even myself. We started getting more involved. But there's gonna be 81 people in Colorado on the ballot as LP for different things, from governor to. I need to do city counts. I should have done that, but I could still do it. I guess it's too late. But I don't know. It'd be hard to get people to vote for me. But I'll be like, there's sexy pictures out there. That actually, do you follow American? What's her name? American Barbie or something? She's dark haired girl, does the pole dancing.
I'm vaguely familiar.
So she's out here. She's like got a huge account. But we met up, and she's so sweet, and she wants to start like getting a little more involved too. And the job she does is like perfect to get into politics a little bit more for. So I'm hoping like we just gotta get some hot girls going. That's what we gotta do. Like, just gotta get hot, cool girls in, like that wives in the neighborhood will like, because we're not like too hot or like too weird. And then husbands, everyone will like us. That's what we do. Like, we just gotta get likable people in. I really do I wanted to get on the city council where I'm living now, but I'm going to be moving or living between two places, and I'm moving eventually. So it's like, I don't know if I can. But down there, I've been involved in the politics a little bit at where that house is before. So jumping back in wouldn't be too hard down there. Hey, Samless. And that county's got a lot more going for it too. There are a lot more. I think we could flip that whole county to libertarian almost, just because it's just like normal good people. I don't know how to explain it. There's dumb shits because there's a lot of people who move from California and stuff, but it's still a very rural county, but very rich county. So it's mostly red-ish. Anyway, sorry, I was going on. I'm a little stoned. If you get that, like, I'm not gonna drink. I'm gonna get stoned. No one's come on with us today, man. But at least we've got some stuff in the works. Oh, I still want to get James Lindsay on too. He knows to reach out, but he's busy. These people are like smart, actual. They got a lot more shit going on than I do. So.
Oh, Jesus fuck! I just seen another response.
Let's see it.
Cocksucker replying to me, LMAO, look at you up there with your little toys. You felt the need to take selfies with them and post them on Twitter. What a freak. Maybe someday you'll get to gun down a room full of kids, you freak.
See? Like, they're creating fucking they are the school shooters in their mind. Like,
if I was in the same room as this dude, I'd hit him in the mouth for this.
Yeah. He doesn't need to be popped in the mouth. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. That's him picturing fucking shooting people and then saying you're gonna do it. Like that, these people shouldn't have guns. Okay, the people who push for gun control are actually saying they can't have a gun. They can't be trusted with a gun. Stoner, that wasn't Tanner. That was Alexa's dog. But Tanner's like, yeah, you can't. He heard her bark. He doesn't bark, and he was like, oh boy, she barking. Oh yeah, Molden Skull. If you want some, I'm gonna start selling them soon. Oh boy. How are the little dogs at your work? You know what I'm talking about?
I'm sorry, one more time.
How are the you're like, I'm tweeting my heart out here, girlfriend. Those little dogs at your work that always have like the little dresses on it stuff. They're at your work, right?
No, that's the art gallery I used to volunteer at.
Okay.
That's her dogs.
They're so little.
I know.
They probably like, I mean, I'm sure if you like, you could hold one and take a picture because they're probably like especially little.
Hey, there's one that's like super tiny that I gotta get a picture of.
I like that they wear little dresses. They're pretty. Saw Oprah clip of her saying everything. Yeah, that is a weird thing to say. That's because these fucking people want to turn us to dust.
This is, and that's another thing that gets on my nerves about this. Like, it's funny because the people who are often the loudest about an issue know the least about it. So I get see these retards say an AR-15 to turn you to dust, and it's like, dude, there are handgun cartridges that are bigger than the 223 that the AR-15 fires. Most handgun cartridges are bigger than the AR-15 cartridge. Like, the fuck are you talking about? At least do some research before you run your mouth.
Fuck that. See, that's the shit. I wonder, it's like the people who said that shit to you about shooting the school up. I wonder if that's what the FBI says to these crazy people, or no, I don't know, man. That's just fucked. Like, if someone says that, if it is a bot, Lucifer says it might be a bot, but like that is really a fucked up thing to say. Like, really fucked up.
But then they say shit like this, and then we're the ones who are unhinged.
I know. That was like Christopher Titus. I just said, if you don't want me to defend myself, I don't want to be around you. That's all I said. And he's like, this is the most fearful post ever. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, why are you so scared? And I was like, I'm actually not scared because I'm armed.
Right.
It's like, that's what I said. And I was like, okay, who's unhinged? Who's crazy? Like, fuck off. I'm crazy, but not in that kind of way. I'm fun crazy. I like Dusty. What are you talking? Oh, Stoner's doing pre-roll joints. Keith, he's talking about pot because I said I was stoned, probably. Good Lord. Did you get him? Did you respond?
I'll tweet them so other people can get in on them. I don't know. There's shit like, I usually don't like to do that, but there are just some shit I'm like,
I mean, some people, like, yeah, because sometimes it's like, I don't want to share that there are people that's fucking terrible, but then it's good for people.
And you just see some shit that's so ridiculous like this. It's like, people have got to see how ridiculous this motherfucker is. You there? Or did you freeze?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was texting. Now I was tweetering. They're crazy. I'm looking at it. What the fuck? Lucifer's already on it. What the fuck? You're not a freak though. You don't look like all those people shoot shit up look crazy and like weird. Like, you just look like a normal person for the good.
Right.
These idiots. I just wish I could get it through their head, this like the self-defense aspect. But I guess if you've been fucking neutered by the government and school, I was talking with Mr. Force Mommy last night about just the difference between school once the Department of Ed got created.
Yeah.
Because like there was a lot of stuff he learned that I didn't, and we live in the, we did high school in the same state and stuff. And I was like, yeah, because that's when they wanted to start. And I was telling him that I loved history. I took a ton of history, even beyond like what I needed to. And I remember even with all the history classes I took, we skipped over like the beginning of the 40s and shit when we had the Japanese internment camps out here in Colorado.
Oh, actually, no, funny. I actually did learn about that in high school.
That's
They
good,
did
at
teach
least.
that.
That's good. But I was like, but I think also in Colorado, I don't know if it was something because of that. Like, it was just interesting that we didn't learn. And you know where I did learn about it from is when I was working I worked at an assisted living facility. And there was this lady, what's her name? Tomoe. And she was Japanese, and she was actually, her brain was really with it. She was elderly, but she was really with it with her mind, but like she had a stroke and couldn't use half her body. But the reason she was in Colorado is because she was rounded up in California and brought out here for the Japanese internment camps as a kid. And like, oh my God, I picked her fucking brain. Like, I mean, that's the best way to learn about it, but there's probably, there's going to be less and less of those people. So I was like, well, at least I learned about it like from the source. But she ended up staying in Colorado after they got let out and stuff. She had really fun. She had family. They would come visit her, and they were really sweet. She didn't have kids though. That's why she was like a childless auntie, like I was, or I am. So I was like, I get you.
That's sad what they did to those people.
I know, like what the fuck? Even during like COVID, hey, first shot or first one shot. Even during COVID, like I remember, it goes around every year. I think it's in like February or March is when FDR signed the order to round them up and to start this shit. And like, I was like, during all the COVID where they were talking about COVID camps, I'm like, do people not realize, like, why are we repeating history? Why are we not looking at what happened? And like, you know, but they don't get it because they're like, well, that's because that's the
You want grandma to die. You just want to emotionally manipulate people.
You can choose to get vaccinated, but you can't choose your race. And I'm like, but that I'm born without the vaccine. I'm born without the vaccination. So that's why I fucking choose. Like, that's my race, bitch. Unvaccinated. Fuck off. Learn about the chickens. Baseball saved us. All right, I have to look that book
This retard's still going back. He goes, it's pretty clear you can't wait to use your guns, you freak.
Dude.
I don't... Jesus.
Yeah, maybe we should just ignore a fucker. Because it's like, sometimes I feel like that's all my dark magic shit I talk about. Like, people like this repeat shit over and over, and that's how you get shit to happen. Like, I don't know. There's some weird shit going on in this world. People are crazy.
I should block, but I don't like blocking people. I usually don't.
Yeah, I get it. I block fucking everyone.
Unless they become especially problematic, then yeah, I will. But the most I do most of the time is just mute.
Yeah. First one shot we didn't yet, but we should talk about that. It's about the plates where people can't get arms.
Oh yeah, they're trying to ban Barney Arbor in New York.
I think it went through or something.
It probably did, but I'm sitting here like nobody bothers shooting back at the dude. So what the fuck are you trying to ban body armor for unless you want people easier to shoot there?
I know. Like, and you know what's so funny is like a lot of places around the country, yeah, Hex is shirtless again. I know Denver, especially after all the fucking Black Lives Matter riots and stuff, like Denver cops got like I think $1 million in extra like riot gear and militarized shit. And I think that happened in a lot of like municipalities. So these fuckers, they don't even fucking know. They don't even know what the government spends. They just say, make sure you pay into the government so I can get my free shit. That's all. Like, that's as far as their brain goes, you know? Just trying to find the law.
Fucking smooth brains.
Take a breather. Take a breather, Hex. Breathe deep. You're literally you're the weirdo when you're hanging out with like a super hot chick on YouTube and stuff. He probably never even talks to women in his life.
Who?
The guy that you're arguing with, if it's a real person.
It's probably not. This motherfucker has 6 followers. But his account has been since 2009, so.
Check this weird shit going on. Oh, went back and forth. I avoided it. Oh.
He was arguing. He was going back and forth with some other retard too.
It's like, fuck him.
And now he's just going ad hominem at people. He told someone else that they sound like a cuck.
Oh, let's do it. A cuck is someone who can't. A cuck is someone who doesn't self-defend themselves. That's it. Yep. So he can fuck off.
Who the fuck was it? Taylor Swift Taylor Swift and Bunny. She's the chick who works for Phoenix
Yeah,
Animals.
yeah,
She put
I
out
love
this
her.
meme. She put out this meme. That's a clip from like a cuckold porn of a black dude fucking a white woman, and then the dude's like, the caption reads, "I support common sense gun control, and no one should own an AR-15."
And the white guy saying it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna respond to this dude with that. That's the move.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. Though I like her. One time I actually did talk to her a little bit. Tactical had her on, and I was on at the same time for a little bit. Me and Tyler, I was on Tacticals up late last night. How's
Is he still in
Norway
chat?
doing? What? No, well,
Is he
I doubt it. He might have it open, but he's working because he's married to his job. But every time it's been cute because the little baby's been on it every time now.
Right.
Scales. It's so sweet because he's like, he stays up late, so he gets late duty with the baby, and he'll just be on stream with the baby, feeding it. So cute. It's like good dad vibes. That being no control yet.
Damn straight.
Eric's been using it too. And I don't kink shame real cuck, but we get to use it as a joke because I like it. It's funny.
I am muting this dude. This is deserving of a block for that comment about me wanting to shoot dead kids. See, that's the shit I'd block you over.
Well, and that's like a false accusation.
Right.
And it's not like that's abuse. That's just someone being fucking abusive to you. So fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Obliterated. Oops. Is my like video working better than normal, or is it about the same?
Yeah, I haven't had any issues with it.
I got new
or seen
internet.
any rather.
I got new internet, so supposedly, according to the speed test, it's definitely working better than the old. But it is also the you can only be as good as the tech. So yeah. What else go? Oh, we've already been here an hour. We've been having so much fun. We can keep going. That surprised me.
Yeah, we can go on.
Usually I have to pee already, but I don't have to pee yet.
Have you been drinking too much?
Well, not alcohol.
Not alcohol.
That's probably all I've had is. Let me show. This shit's so good.
Alcohol tends to run through you, I find.
Oh yeah, and then as soon as like you pop the seal, this stuff's so good. Any of the flavors that this is, they have a lemon, a blood orange, some other flavors, and this one's lemon and mint. Oh my god, it's so good. And it's seltzer, but it's actually has sugar in it, so it's like pop. It's really good because I don't like the seltzer drinks, but these are so fucking, and they're really good to mix with like this with Tito's. Oh my god, maybe I'll do that later. But
all right, I'm gonna grab some more coffee. I'll be right back.
All right, I'll hold it down. Norway's doing fine. You're good. With the last funny discomfort we are taking in. Oh yeah, Henrik. So yesterday I talked to my friend. Oh, I think you were in there, Henrik. My friend who's in Austria. The gang. I mean, it's just. Yeah, it's sad. It's a gang violence issue now when you have all those people. Oh, Ukrainian refugees. The Ukrainian refugees probably assimilate, but pretty good, don't they? I would think that's the problem. Everything's fucked, man. I think they are trying to move people around the world on purpose. I don't know.
You're whistling that.
You know what I'm whistling at. He was saying Norway's taking a lot of Ukrainian refugees. I got a stream yesterday with Dino to get caught up on Austria. And like street violence from the Muslim refugees is like off the chains, I guess. Yeah, that made me think of that, but then I was like, oh, Ukrainians probably assimilate a little better because I don't know. Humans are so weird.
They really are.
It's so easy to just like do your thing over there, and if you're really serious about only doing your thing, you don't want no one else. Like you could just do that over there, right? Like,
right.
It's just weird how people can't. You don't even have to assimilate. You just have to have your like boundary, border, whatever. Just like leave me the fuck alone. But then I know the religious stuff too can be, and like depending where you're from, like you can't help where you're fucking from, right? Like,
right.
If you're born into like crazy poverty in the Middle East, what the fuck? Like, you're just You only know what you know. That's why we're so fucking lucky to be born here, man. That's why we can't like fuck the U.S. government. I feel like we're fighting the U.S. government and communism and everything else at the same time. You know, like
Yeah.
we can't give up.
Globalism.
Yeah, globalism, everything.
The WEF is a terrorist. Wow. I can't speak. The WEF is a terrorist organization. Pass it on.
Yep. Even someone was trying to was getting a little upset at my opinion this morning about to an Elon post. I said, so he was saying about how he loves humans, and I was like, okay, then please don't put things in our brain. Like that's what I said. And I understand why things in the brain could be good if it could fix your body and you could walk again,
Right.
or, you know, that kind of shit. But I'm like, have you heard these WEF people talking? Because they're talking about it in a different way. Like, and they're in control, and they're talking about how they want to like do things technologically with our subconsciouses and shit. And I'm like, that's why I just feel like that is a point in human time when you can be completely controlled in your biological body by technology, that it will get to a point where you can't opt out. I just feel like you won't.
Yeah.
It'll just go there, you know?
I mean, and then that social credit system that they're trying to make global, they could like they're also trying to do global vaccine passports too. And it's like they could do that with like implants and shit like that soon. Because also funny, Lucifer, he says it's kind of funny that the dude is starting to sound like the amazing Lucas. Yeah, I didn't realize that till he said that.
Hey, Boosted. The globalists, these interdimensional demons have been among us for a long time. All right, and they're the globalists. All right, and they've been here. They go. That's all I got. I can't breathe on it. I need to work on that. I need to do a whole episode as Alex Jones one time. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't trust them. I mean, look what the whole social, did you watch those Black Mirror episodes by chance?
No, I still haven't seen that show.
Well, now that you watch it,
wanting to.
Past
I keep wanting to, but I just never get around to it.
Yeah. So there's a couple episodes. One's about the social credit score, and like, okay, we're there. We're there, you know, and then another one, like they put something in your head that could make you see things. Like it's creepy shit, right? And
right.
Everything's just in one of the episodes. I'm not gonna spoil it, but there's this guy who's running this okay, so he has this. At this point, you can take people's subconsciouses and put them into this like digital world. So this weirdo dude like stole some people's subconsciouses, and he's trapped them in this like world he's like pretending to be Starfleet, Star Wars kind of stuff, or Star Trek, excuse me. But these people, he can go in and out, but these people are trapped there. They're trapped in this world. And like, it's so creepy. And like, I'm like, why someone could fucking do if they start doing that, then someone like they're telling us what they're gonna fucking do, you know? Like, that's creepy. And he's just so creepy in it. The guy who acts he's so creepy, and he's just like, because whenever he comes around, he can like hurt them or like say he's gonna kill them. So they have to pretend to be in character for this whole Star Trek set thing, and like it's just so creepy.
Oh, I know that episode. I know what you're talking about. That episode.
You've probably seen at least pictures or clips from it, because it was like,
yeah, I've seen someone actually did a YouTube video breaking down that episode, and I do remember seeing that.
Yeah, it's just like, someone's gonna, there's creeps out there. If someone's gonna shoot up a school, someone's gonna fucking steal your subconscious if they can.
Right.
Because that's how humans fucking are. People gotta like fucking deal with it. They're making the frogs gay. Told you. I saved a really good Alex Jones picture the other day. I'm gonna start using. I'll show you it. Damn it.
Couldn't watch Black Mirror because it didn't feel like fiction. That's the scary part, ain't it?
Yeah. Especially the social credit score one. And then I remember I saw it when I was back on Facebook and stuff. And they're like, oh, if you post a picture on a horse, you get extra points. And I was like, shit, I post pictures on horses. And then like post a picture you doing yoga. And I was like, shit, I'm guilty as fuck on all of these things. But I'm like, that's true. And then like a girl started getting, and then that's why I think like they could start controlling what you see, what you get to access, what the, you know, if it's in your brain, what you can eat, like.
Right.
Oh man, if we could think it, but
is this so we move underground like in Demolition Man?
Oh, Alter Carbon. Or he asked if you watched Obi-Wan. Sorry, you asked. I'm lost. Where's that looking?
I'm not seeing whatever comment you're looking at.
He said,
Oh shit. Oh yeah, I see it. No, I haven't, because I canceled my Disney Plus Wow, I canceled my Disney Plus subscription because they're a bunch of groomers.
yeah, to
And
check
they're
that picture out.
Hold on,
They
say that
are.
again.
They're that's how
Oh.
we vote. He's all smoking a stogie and smirking. I'm like, I need to start using that more. Yeah, it really is. Ugh, it's just too creepy. Too creepy. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom now. Now that you left, once I'm gonna go later too.
All right, I'll hold the fort down. How we doing, chat? I forgot about Cody Lucifer. I do want to watch it, Kenobi, at some point.
Hey, Process. It's a missing link. I can check out your music. Oh, yeah. Can you put your SoundCloud in the chat?
And
might have to break it up so it's not like an official link, but it's Accelerate on SoundCloud, right? And like everything.
Yep, I can throw a link.
Isn't it fun having a fake name to go by?
Yeah.
It's the best. My life has really improved since I got a pseudonym.
Yeah. And my real name is just something I'm particularly protective of.
Yeah.
I don't care if people know what I look like, because I can always just pass as Kid Cudi or something, but only a select few know my name, you included.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very a unique name. I'm just my first name's Jessica. I've said it a million times. I'm like, yeah, there's a million Jessicas who are blonde basic bitches. So
Right.
I'm not too worried. Even so, it's real. I get real estate clients. Hey, Justin. Yeah, but you're out there. And Justin's awesome. Justin's in New Hampshire and he actually fucking does shit. He gets legislation introduced and all that kind of shit. Okay.
Listen, O'Donnell's in chat?
Yeah.
What up?
What up, O'Donnell? They were out there. They were at a gun show doing stuff for Jeremy. I think that was the weekend when everyone was in Reno. Because people out doing shit. Him and Rothbertian were out doing shit.
Should have her on again at some point.
Yeah. I was gonna say Boosted could hop. Boosted if you want to hop on. I got fucking COVID. Everybody got COVID that weekend from there and
Reno.
Yeah, everybody. A lot of people got it at Reno. It happens. I mean, I think it was going around. Whatever. That's how it fucking happens. You know. I'm the hottest Jessica. Okay, we're gonna put that on the screen because that's sweet. Oh, Jesse. You know what's funny? When I was growing up, I was like, people would call me Jesse, and I'm like, that's a boy name. Don't call me that. But now I'm like, I don't care. Jesse, Jess, Jessica. I don't care. Forest mommy. Preferred is Forest mommy. Okay. Yeah, Jessica Alba is hot. She's in that Hollywood bullshit though too. I'm sure she eats babies. I guess I should. That's as rude as the guy saying that shit to you. I shouldn't say shit like that.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What?
Oh, that thing. I don't need to repeat it. Oh, Justice's birdie's out. I was just saying, someone brought up Jessica Alba, and I'm like, yeah, but she's in Hollywood where they eat babies and shit. And then I'm like, you know what? That's not right for me to say. That's similar to like what that guy was saying to you. So I shouldn't say.
Fair enough.
I'm your only Jessica. Oh, Justin. Yeah, growing up, it was funny because Jessica was the most common name growing up for me. So there was always like Jessica M, Jessica P, Jessica F, Jessica L. There were so many Jessicas in the class.
I'll put you as Jess in my phone because that's the name you
Jess.
gave me.
Yeah, Jess is good. I feel like Jess is easiest.
Yeah.
Like it's shortest. Corona mommy, yes. Birdie. She's really doing a lot of work for Jeremy. I love Jeremy though. I hope something happens. And I've met him in real life. We're buds. He's the other day.
Here's someone we should have on at some point.
Oh
I'd love to talk to
yeah.
him.
Yeah, we should do that. I mean, while I'm thinking about that. He's funny. He's like, and he's goofy and silly, but like serious too. That's like the kind of people we need, you know.
Oh fuck, that reminds me. Did you see? I think they, as Pride Month began, the Marine Corps, they put out that tweet. Did you see that tweet they put out? The Army.
The like weird movie.
The helmet. No, it was the helmet, and then it had.
Oh, the bullets were rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jeremy Coffin did it. He made war gay.
Oh, that's so good. I love it. Like see, I understand that that's kind of what Vermin Supreme was trying to do with like being a little silly, but it was like, no, you didn't do it.
Goofy with it.
Yeah, and he was kind of just not libertarian.
Right.
So I wanted to start. I don't know if I was trying to start a feud with them because I was like, I want to be the new idiot mascot of the Libertarian Party, Forest Mommy. So I want to start like a fake feud with them, but he got off his board position, and I don't know if he's going to get them out of the thing. I know everyone calls me mommy. I love it. Like in those spaces, everyone calls me mommy or mama. I love it. Just brings me joy. Sorry, I have to pay attention to this really quick. I can't do two things at the same time.
What else is going on, Mama?
Not much. Well, I didn't go down to the forest this weekend because I was watching this dog up here, but I think I'm gonna go down there during the week a couple nights. And yeah, not much else. Just been getting the gardens good. Trying half my shit I had like nothing planted. I had some parsley planted, and of course the rabbits got fucking to it. So I have to figure it. And it's up on it's like in a pot already, so I just need to put something around the edge. But they weren't there last year. It was pissing me off. But there was more cats last year. See, there used to be a lot of neighborhood cats that would eat the rabbits. But the fucking hawks.
You said they all got eaten. Yeah,
the hawks ate the cats and not the rabbits. And I'm like,
bro.
Marines eating crayons. Is that what you're laughing at?
Who, me?
Yeah, are we laughing at?
No, you're a comment about how the hawks ate the cats but not the rabbits.
It's bullshit, fucking hawks.
Fucking hawks.
And then I've had even little hawks in my yard. Although, so I go crazy with the bird feeding in the winter. So then there's mice because there's shit everywhere down there. And then there's these little hawks called sharp-shinned hawks that come and then they eat the mice, which that's kind of fun to watch them catch them and stuff. But leave the fucking neighborhood. Everyone hates the neighborhood cats. They're like, oh, if you have indoor outdoor cats, they're killing all the birds. And I'm like, bitch, it all balances. It all works out.
Yep, let nature do its thing.
Yep. Cats are, is what it is. We humans kill a lot of shit too. And we're allowed to go inside, outside. So.
Right.
And I feel like they're like, I wish I could let my cat out. I do on a leash, but indoor outdoor cats are always like, they might die sooner, but they're always super healthy.
Right.
Because they like get to do what they need to do to hunt and just chill and just be weird cats, do weird cat shit.
I do want to get a cat at some point.
I've had a big cat. Yeah, you should get a little dog. They're so fun. Although cats are easier, like you can go away for a night or two with a cat, but they still need a lot of attention too.
Right.
Oh, sorry, Eric. Yeah, that's what happens out in the forest. There's especially no indoor outdoor cats there because there's mountain lions and owls. One time they
The whole
found an
manner of
owl.
shit.
They found an owl nest one time with 84 cat collars in it.
Wow.
A great horned owl, because they're like, the cats seem really athletic and stuff, but compared to a rabbit or whatever, a cat's still slower and dumber, you know. So like they go after the cats. Sorry, Henry. I know I have a cat I miss too, and all sorts of animals. That's the worst part about it. I'm like, why do we do this to ourselves? They die and it's so sad. And then I'm like, I gotta get a new one. Then you know it's gonna die, and I'll be so sad. But can't help it. Can't help it. Did you see the mountain lion, Eric? Like, could you see it, or you just know or hear it? Can hear it.
Twitter tabs open.
When we very first moved to Colorado in 1990, like literally 5 days after being there, we heard a mountain lion screaming, and we moved there from Chicago, you know? I mean, I was super young, but it was the creepiest fucking noise ever. Now there's a lot more now, but we don't see them as much. I know, we're trying to protect the nest of birds and find for yeah, a big cat's great because they're a little harder to get. I love those big ass cats. Those cats. Oh,
and
boy.
this fucking idiot, he responded to someone else saying, "Ah, yeah, here come the doughy white dudes." I don't know what the fuck that means, but okay.
Okay, yeah.
This motherfucker is unhinged, needs help.
Yeah, I would say that's false allegations, retard. Yeah, I need to put more. I have a horse trough I'm gonna put down on my property, and then I'm gonna fill it with water and put a trail cam around it. And if you put water out like that, you have to put a way for little animals to escape. So I will definitely have one of those in there too. Don't worry, all the little animals will get out. Yeah, white dudes do own cats, man. First shot, Scott, he's pussy whipped. O'Donnell, I know. Everyone was topless last time except me.
Oh yeah, Q didn't have a shirt on either.
He probably didn't have anything on. Let's face it. Like,
yeah, to be fair, yeah, probably not.
That was funny. Ugh, love it. Love talking to y'all. Cause where else will I fucking meet you guys other than Twitter? And now I get to like talk and hang out.
Yep.
And that's one fun thing about like just one silver lining with all the COVID shit and me getting on Twitter is just like all the amazing people I've met. Like I would never trade that in for anything. Even all the dumbass friends I lost, like fuck, they're worth losing to get the friends I have now. So yeah, that's good. Gabriel. I know you could come to Pork Fest. I haven't had a sale in a while, so I'm on a tight budget. If anyone knows anyone in Colorado looking to sell or buy, tell them to hit me up. Market's so weird.
Is this another fucking retard trying to use the well-regulated argument? I swear to God, these people.
You should just block them.
Oh my God.
When is Pork Fest, Justin? I do want to go to Childerberg next. I said this last year, but next year I really do want to go to Childerberg. But I'm only going to go for like 1 or 2 nights and then stay at a hotel. I don't want to camp. I like camping, but I like camping with my own shit, and I'd have to fly down there. Pork Fest is camping, right, Justin? Yeah, everything slowed down. So my broker, he always has listings, and he says it's slow, which is weird, too, because in March, my clients and me were fucking running all over. It took for fucking ever in March, and then now it is slowing. It is slowing. Like, it's funny, by my other house, there's all these big fancy properties and stuff that they're throwing on the market for like $3 million, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, good luck. Shit's slowing down, and your price range is slow anyway. So that's what happens is a bunch of people will always sell their like second ranch and shit when they think everything's popping off, but they don't do it in time. It's interesting. Everything's interesting. End of this month, yes. Is it a good building, Justin? Is it like how many units does it have? I know, Henrik. I want Super Chat so bad. I do have Cash App. Force Mommy at Cash App. Cash App Force Mommy if you want. I need more.
Cash App Force Mommy now.
Cash App Force Mommy. Hold on, let me check. I just need more watch hours. I want to see where I'm at because I would be there by now, but they took those ones away from me.
Was it because I dropped the hard R or
no? Because it was like it took like 1,000 away. So I don't know if I did something. I don't fucking know what happened. I need 1,700 more watch hours. No big feat. No, what I need to do, oh, excuse me, what I need to do though is actually like film videos and upload videos too. And then like tag shit. I need to go back and tag things with things that, but I don't know. My shit isn't always about something specific, so it's a little harder.
Right.
So
I hate that they kind of make you do that shit too.
I know.
And
I'm
they
like,
kind of make you go, like, because if you notice, you watch a lot of videos now, people, almost everyone will be like, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. You used to not have to do that, but now they kind of make you do it.
yeah.
It's not explicitly stated in the rules, but it's just the algorithm shit.
Justin, why doesn't a bunch of libertarians buy it? And find a libertarian broker who could do it for a good deal in New Hampshire there. You guys should buy it. Make a little community. A commune. No, I don't have OnlyFans.
Oh, and this dumb bitch blocked me.
Oh, did he?
Wrong. No, it's another retard who tried to use the well-regulated argument against me. I replied to it to an image I got from Joe. Shout out to her. That kind of breaks that down.
Okay.
And then they blocked. They said something, then blocked me.
Of course.
I hate when they do that. They say something and block you afterwards, so sometimes you don't even get to see what they said.
Or share you and then block you. It's like, fuck. Stupid.
Hey, and then there was that other I remember bringing this up. That other thread I wrote about KJ, that Supreme Court justice that.
Oh, yeah. About that guy who voted no.
Yeah. And then there was some after that, someone DM me saying, "You're an idiot, stick the music, then block me." Like,
oh, I see, Justin. Yeah. Sellers always think they have a gold mine. That's the thing about. I know there's people out there that obviously want the top dollar to put it on the market, but man, you can do so much good stuff off market if you just have a broker, and everything's much cheaper, much more affordable, but you're not paying a bunch of shit to people like me. I mean, obviously y'all would love to pay me money, but like I can take a discount. That's fine. But yeah. But Justin, is the income? Like is the guy ROI and all that stuff? They add that in, but yeah, 645.
I'm Gabriel. I'm looking at my Twitter because it's blowing up the fuck up right now.
He's twittering. That's all good. We do what we want. We are free. Live free or die. Anyways, someone was going to try and get me a file to print a Barbie Glock. I posted about it yesterday, and then someone was
did you ever get your 3D printer set up?
It's set up, and I did the test prints, but I haven't moved files to it to try it yet. So
I still need to get a 3D printer, but I have so many other expenses to worry about.
Yeah.
I need more money. Accelerate.bandcamp.com if y'all want to throw some money my way for some sick music. Shameless plug.
Yeah, Justin. I wish a bunch of libertarians could buy it though. That'd be fun. Even as an investment or to live there. That's just, that's the thing. If it's the money, the dollar's got to make sense. The dollar's got to make sense to put your dollars down. That's how it goes. Oh, my OnlyFans would be pictures of Tanner and me hula hooping eating hot dogs. Yep. I actually started making a video yesterday, me trying to talk while eating a bratwurst, but it was like, it was just too much in my mouth. Did I save it? I wonder if I saved it. Then it was the video I did yesterday about like the fuckers who are saying, don't go to the Mises Caucus, don't like them, blah, blah. I made a video just about like how that's fucking middle school girl energy.
Right.
Like, just don't like people and move on. You don't have to be like, oh. And then they make shit up about them too to make people not like them. And I'm like, you're fucking stupid. Let's see. That could be my outtake one if I still have it. Tits. Oh yeah, I think I do still have it. I'll have to post it. Oh no, I don't. Maybe I do. I don't know. I don't know why. I had like 80 pictures of my tits last night. I guess I was tipsy.
First one shot. Are you in the Cleveland area? I don't remember.
He's 2 hours south of you, I think he said.
Moving to Shaker Heights. I know where that is.
He's in Ohio.
What up, Spello Buckeye?
Well, yeah, Justin, you got to pony up yourself too. There's a lot of people who are like, oh, we want to buy a property and share it with people. I was like, yeah, but everyone got to fucking pony up. You gotta pay for it. I ain't got the only. I don't have a house. It can't be all donation. There's a certain point you gotta get you gotta get like two or three rich friends that just got money to fucking blow, and have them put in a bigger investment, and then get donations for the rest of it. But we know some parts of Cleveland. Yeah, there's no free ride unless you marry rich. But
Right.
But I was thinking the other day, because I always make fun of the cuck, the sex stuff. I know you
Right.
ponied up, Justin, but I'm just saying, like, to make it, if you want to make that work, it's all get an investor or what. Can't depend on everybody. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the cuck thing. But like, what's even more cucky to me is like when they get divorced and the woman gets alimony, and then she pays for another man, like dates another man and pays for shit with that alimony. I'm like, that's financial cuckery. That's what I think about in my free time, everybody. I'm only going to get a house just because I'm going to slowly buy one for my parents. But the neighborhood that what I want to do is the neighborhood I'm going back to. I want to slowly get libertarians to buy that, but it's just fucking expensive right now. But there's some people who can afford that shit for rural. It's expensive rural property, but it'd be really cool. It'd be a really cool area for a bunch of libertarians to be. Because we're on well. There's no HOA. We're on the National Forest. It's like really, I like it. I gotta sell it. I'm gonna be like, yes, let's do it. I wanted my parents to buy the house behind them, but some crazy people spent a bunch of money on it, and they're already redoing the whole thing. I bet they're gonna spend $300 grand in reno. No, actually, do you know what? We found out. This is actually kind of good because it was someone that grew up in the neighborhood. I don't remember him, but we were around the same age, and he ended up buying his parents' house, so he lives there. And then his wife, her mom, like wanted to move out here, so they bought that house, and that mom's gonna live there now. So that's good. I'm fine with that. Oh no, Justin. Yeah, and there's some places like New Jersey. If you pay that alimony till someone dies or they remarry. So why would they ever remarry if they're getting this free money? Like, right. It's a game to play, man. That's why I made that video the other day. I'm like, we all have been around long enough to know how marriage can fuck you up, even with prenups. Marriage, that shit doesn't always hold up either. So it's like, I don't want to hear it because someone will always be like, well, women always fuck people in marriage. I'm like, you know the drill. You made the choice and you chose the person. And I know people turn to shit sometimes and people are going to use shit, but like, come on. Don't blame a whole, like, you did it. No one forced you to do it. That's my I'm sympathetic. And I definitely know the fucking shit's fucked. And it's definitely more geared towards women. And the lawyers are like, it's the lawyers turning everything to shit too. So. I said, are you East Side Cleveland boy?
I grew up East Side.
That's racist.
Just kidding. I grew up East Side, but I'm currently on the West Side.
How big is Cleveland? Is it a pretty big city?
It's not that big compared to a lot of other ones, but still decently sized.
Yeah, Justin. That's
still
good.
Too many motherfuckers here.
Yeah. Humans, man, they love cities, which is fine. But don't like, oh yeah, I posted this thing this week there. So Steamboat, well, all of our mountain towns where there's ski resorts, it's very hard because they need people to work there, but the people who work there can't afford to live there. Like, common story and that kind of a place. So they have to build like apartments and things like this. And so there's a story that CNN was there. There's a developer up there trying to get the right zoning and stuff so he can build apartments and stuff, which that's great, right? Like that's a need in the town. That's fine. But the CNN story was like, oh, it's time for people to give up their single family home lifestyle, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, because this mountain town needs more apartments. Everybody else needs to give up their single family. Like, how does that even fucking make sense? Like,
corporate press is the enemy of the people. Shout out to Michael Malice.
Yeah, Michael Malice. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Like, and all the people who push that shit, they have fucking, like, all these executives, they have multiple homes everywhere. Probably one in Steamboat Springs. Like, it's just... I just didn't understand that the logical jump of this mountain town, which is going through a problem that all mountain resort towns go go through means we have to give up single family home. Like, what?
Fuck off, dude.
Like, and all the people up there, it's like really rich, nice. I mean, I sit up there when Robbie is in town. Went up there. He did 2 shows up there, so we're up there for the weekend, and like, it is expensive as fuck there. It's fucking expensive. There's like 2,500 to 3,000 square foot, so nice, good size. But they're townhomes, you know. And even one of those was $1 million just on one side.
Fucking Jesus.
I know. And most of the people who live in that town, that's like their second home. Like, it's their vacation home.
Jeez.
If we want, what do you mean Starwark's opening 100K? Is Starwark running against Jeremy? What do you mean by that? I would love to help you fundraise. You guys could like auction me off for dates. I always thought that
Starwark
would be
getting
fun.
that Fed money.
Yeah, fuck Starwark. He like, how is he not embarrassed as shit? Just not. I would hide, man. It's one thing to be a shitty weirdo online and all the drama he's done already, but like, you saw that where he like faked getting hit, right?
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't show my face again. I would be like,
that's kind of one of the reasons I think he's a Fed, because it's like,
how does he have 100K? Sorry, go on.
It's like, you've been a clown for so long, you get clowned and you're still sticking around.
Something's up.
Yeah.
How does he have 100? So Starwark recruited his own candidate. Okay, that's real mature. Real, like, that makes people like you even more, you fucking weirdo. His own candidate spending 100K. Where do you get the 100K from? These people. That's all right. We're all the hot Mises energy. Or even if you're not, because Justin's not Mises, but like, I feel like he gets our vibe, the way I feel about it, where who cares? It's brought people in. Super PAC. Oh my God. Dude, we tried to start a PAC in Colorado. I had to dissolve that shit because it was too fucking hard. So like, Jesus, where's all this money come from? We need rich people. We need to get in touch with John Malone out here in Colorado and get him to donate money for sure. He's a billionaire. He actually owns more land than Bill Gates, but everyone says Bill Gates owns the most. This other guy does.
Who does?
His name is John Malone. I don't like. He had something called Liberty Media. Yeah, he had something called Liberty Media, and I think telecom tech stuff made billions. Blah blah blah. And then he lives out here in Colorado. He's super nice. My friend actually lives by one of the houses he lives in here, and he owns 2 million acres in Colorado. They're not like, I mean, they're mountainous, but he also conserves them. That's what's funny about all these fucking leftists who say white people don't care about the environment. Literally in Colorado, it's conservatives conserving the land. And like, they're well, then it's private and only rich people. I'm like, who cares? You shouldn't care. That land's not getting developed. That's all you care about. So.
I found another retard trying to pin deaths to children on me.
Fuckers.
I muted this. Go ahead.
No, you can. Did you mute the other guy?
No, I muted this thread, so I didn't see a lot of the replies until now, and I found another retard trying to pin kids' deaths on me.
Fucking retards. Okay, so we need to get a billionaire for Mises. I really think John Malone was actually trying to buy. CNN, and I actually looked that up the other night, and I totally forgot. So like, he's that kind of rich. So we need to get him on the libertarian side. And I actually have rubbed elbows with him because when I worked at the Land Conservancy, he conserved land, and he would come to our fundraisers and stuff. But I was like, oh, he's too shy. But we got to figure it out. We got to get some billionaires on our side who are like cool, and he's more libertarian. I mean, he literally had something called Liberty Media. Is Bill Perkins straight? Can we like seduce him and get him away from Starwark? That's what I would love to do. I would love to be a spy like that, you know? I should be a libertarian spy. I said. Trump donor. Yeah, he's a Trump donor, you know. He's definitely conservative. Doesn't look like it went through yet. Oh, it looks like CNN had the wrong valuation, much like Twitter did when Elon looked into it. Because there's all those bots. I don't, for a second, but mommy could be too shy. I know. Well, at those events I am, because it's like literal. I'm like, I can play Benefit Barbie. I like the Benefit Barbie. I'll do that. But like, I hobnob with some people, but there are other people I get a little shy around. I'm better. Oh, he's on Twitter? Justin, send it to me. Everyone, don't say anything about what I said about being a spy. I'm gonna go back and edit this and cut it out. Because you would not believe the things people share with me. Anyway, be to Florida. Thanks, First One Shot. I do go to Wisconsin, which I think I looked up how far it would be for me to go to Wisconsin. I would love to have a meetup up there, but it's like north. So it's east, but it's like super far north. There's a lake in the way and shit. But that would be fun to do something up there, meet up there. And I got to go to South Carolina too. How far is... Oh, I looked that up too. Sorry, I'm babbling like a fucking... You're all fighting with people on Twitter, and I'm just like...
I need to stop.
No, I get it. Because you're right. You're fucking right. And they're fucking crazy and unhinged. And terrible. Oh, well. Did you finish any music? Music?
Not yet. I got something in the works that's making progress on. Hopefully be done soon.
You should take a shot at something piratey sounding for me and Alice's Scissor Me Timber stream.
All right, you can figure something out.
You can really get creative with that. Go to crazy. Oh, it would be... Well, you should still meet up with peeps. Have they done another bigger Ohio meetup recently?
They did one in Dayton some months ago. I didn't get to make that one. Trying to set one up here in Cleveland.
Okay. There's going to be a lot of Colorado people are meeting up next Friday because our Mises guy, he's awesome. He was like the whole coordinator of the Mises here. And he's moving, which sucks. Funkhauser.
Where is he moving?
He was up. I actually don't know where he's moving to. So I gotta find out. But we're gonna have a big old event next Friday, so I'll get to see everybody. And it's like the first time everyone's meeting up in person since the convention. So it'll be fun to. And everyone won't have their fucking corona anymore either. So COVID.
Right.
Everyone will probably still get sick. Wow. Oh yeah, I wonder if he is going to New Hampshire. He's cool though. He was. I don't know if you watched any of the live stream of it was stupid of the convention, but I heard him go up. I saw some of my people from Colorado go up and speak. I was like, yeah, my boys. It was so silly though. It's so that part of the politicking I don't like, but I understand why it's important. Call to orders and blah blah blahs and blah 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 blahs. I don't like it. But I'll do that in my state. I'll be a delegate in my state. That's fine. When you say we, are you talking Liberty? I mean, more like just a bunch of people from Liberty Twitter, First One Shot, which is not all libertarian people. Just people like that. Tomorrow's like, he's working on a sprinkler system, but he wants to jump on the people messing with you. We're clowning on him live, bitch. They don't even know. I'm
working on my sprinkler system. I don't want to go jump on people messing with Hex.
Hell yeah. You don't mess with that.
We good.
Hex.
They don't want this smoke. Most of them quit replying. I had a few people block me. So
it's like shit gets shared and then all of a sudden you get
ratioed to hell.
God, people really got mad about me saying, hey, don't put that thing in my brain. The fuck? Why would that make
Don't put what in your brain?
The Neuralink thing. Or look, and all I said was, I was just like, well, don't put things in people's brains. And like people were like, how dare you? That could help paralyze people. I'm like, Jesus, everyone just chill. Like
apparently, I looked into it a little bit a while ago. And apparently that would be something that could fix my vision problem.
I could see that.
Well, the question is, do I really want it to be fixed? Not really.
I know, and then we have to all think about. Then it's like, then if it has no Bluetooth and no way for anyone to like go in and do anything, but I don't know. Just hard.
Yeah,
that's why like we didn't trust. That's why we don't trust vaccines on like that scale. You know, like you're putting something in you. You don't quite know what it is, but
Yeah, speaking of the vaccine, I seen something earlier today. I shared it, and it got one of those this tweet is misleading labels, and it's talking about how the COVID vaccine is literally harming people's immune systems, and I'm like, yeah, way to be like a year late.
Way to be like, and what a lot of people been saying for 20 years, that the more vaccines are harming us, and
Right.
ugh. Not that I don't
Pure blood
trust
gang.
any of them. I do like, there are medicines I will use, and there are things that make sense to me, but like, no, not that shit.
Pure blood gang.
I'm pure blood from that, but I'm not. You're pure blood.
Yeah. The guy had talked about how he's seeing like an uptick in things like shingles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's seeing like an uptick in certain cancers that they didn't really see before, and it's like
correlation actually may be causation here. People like, yeah, I think I got shingles from like the MMR vaccine when I was a kid because I was 16. Like, why the fuck would I get shingles at 16? And a bunch of other people are just kind of like, oh, maybe that's why that happened,
Right.
And it was just, I've only had that one outbreak, and then a little bit of another one once, and then that was 20 years ago, over 20 years ago, but I don't know.
I like to think your body ejected the vaccine shit from your body a while ago, so
hopefully. And I'm older, so like there's a lot more stuff they're giving to people that I didn't get the HPV, the Gardasil one. I didn't get any of that. So, and I've just never been. I didn't like medicine. I've never been on a lot of medicines and shit. I'm pure birth control blood. That pure birth control mind and hormones, or non. That doesn't work. Oh, look at that. We got our manly men doing men shit in the chat, fixing the sprinklers and shit. Come do mine next, because Cobbler's kids' shoes are fixed last, just like the construction carpenter dude's house is fixed last. And we have some sprinklers I would like to get working again. But
I'll be right back. I'm getting more coffee.
All right. My head hurts. Too busy simping, gambling, consuming. You always are, Stoner. That's why I love you. You're solid. You should meet me in real life. I'll come up and meet you. We'll go get coffee. I'll pick us up. You can ride in the Subaru. Take a spin in the Subaru. Cleveland Clinic leading the jab push. Yeah. Why are there still people pushing it? Like, a lot of people didn't get the booster because they got the 2, and then they're like, I know multiple older boomer women got the booster, and then they like were losing their hair and feeling sick. A couple of them had to go to the hospital with heart shit. Ooh, look at that. Every time. I like it. So the dog chews them up. Yeah, they're fun. I mean, a sprinkler would be super fucking fun for a dog. So.
Yep.
Anything to chew on. Yeah, Stoner, that's what we need to do. David's been super busy. I should just come up there and we'll go to Fat Shack. To have my first Fat Shack. Do you guys have Fat Shacks in Ohio?
No, we don't.
So they like deep fry. I mean, they have like burgers and stuff like that, but then you can get deep fried Twinkies and all that kind of shit there too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, or deep fried cheesecake. Like they just deep fry a bunch of stuff. So I'm like, I'll try something. They have cheese curds. Yeah, I'm like, I'll try the cheese curds and a burger and some French fries for sure. I love that.
I guess that would depend on the type of oil they use.
I'm sure it's not healthy at all. Like I would not go into it. Yeah, like I would go into it knowing that this is probably gonna. It's not great. Although, you know what? The whole seed oil thing, like obviously I understand like processed shit isn't as good for you, but I don't know. I don't eat good these days.
I've been eating better.
It's just hard. Like, you know what's my favorite breakfast? And I had it this morning, is leftover chicken fried rice. Put it in a pan and get real hot and crispy. And then add another egg. You know, there is egg in it, but add another egg. Oh, it's like the best breakfast ever. And I ate like a shit ton of that this morning. But this is my week I can eat. Or like my body tells me to fucking eat a lot. So I'm doing it. Which means shit's coming out soon. Sorry, everybody, to be gross. Local sweats. Yeah. You guys probably have some more hole in the wall good spots out east there.
Yeah. That shit
Red
died, I know.
Robin.
One
Yeah, it's
second.
died. Red Robins are a chain, but you know what? I'll eat a fucking Red Robin anytime.
I
Especially
haven't been there in years.
The French fries are so good. That's like so white girl, but they're good. I've gotten them DoorDash or is that do I do Grubhub? I've gotten them Grubhub before, but I make a good burger too. I'm trying not to. They're going out. Oh, and Five Guys burgers. I like Five Guys burgers, but they're fucking like you have to take out a home loan to get them. Like they're fucking expensive. You're like the bill.
Okay. Oh, the ingredients are quality.
Yeah, they are. You are paying more for that. That's for sure. And I love those fries like that. And I love how they put them in the paper bag because I remember going in Chicago, like hole in the wall grease traps to put the fries in a bag, and I love that shit. See how greasy it is, and they give you enough. Justin, have one for me. Double cheeseburger. I guess the basic ones are you have to ask for a non-double. They like come double. Get the mushroom. Oh, I get everything on it. So good. And of course, a milkshake because I make good milkshakes. So that's why it's fucking like $100 out the door for 2 people. It's the highest rated steakhouse. Nice. Five Guys. We're all talking about food now. I guess
here in Cleveland, we have the place called Slyman's. Considered some of the best corned beef here.
Because you got all the Irish out there. Or is that Scottish?
Yeah, actually.
What's corned beef? Irish.
And they actually work right next to the place. So.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't eat there often because this shit's kind of pricey.
But you'll eat the corned beef?
Say what?
You've eaten the corned beef?
Yeah, it's good.
I have a corned beef in the freezer I need to make. You know what my grandma used to do? She lived in Chicago, and they in the town Forest Park, they used to own this little tavern. It was like a little dive tavern. My little grandma and grandpa ran. And every New Year's Day and St. Patrick's Day, she would serve free corned beef and cabbage and all that. And she was, she was an amazing cook, and it was super good. And I was like, oh, she was always so sweet doing things like that, like giving out food. And it was just like a little dingy bar. I remember from before we moved, I loved it. We wouldn't go there a lot, but there was a nut machine and it would warm the nuts, peanuts. And you're like these warm peanuts. And I remember getting like Slim Jims there. It's funny what you remember as a kid. Oh, and like Sprite from the gun, which is always like so much better than any other Sprite. Hex no, Jack Frost. I think you asked Alice that too. Jack Frost donuts.
Oh, I do love I know about them. They're not far from me. They have good shit.
Alice didn't know about it, I don't think. Is it all donuts or like just?
Yeah, pretty much. But they're really good. They got all kinds of weird stuff. Like you've seen like the bacon and whatever.
Oh, like the voodoo donuts.
Like that, but they've also got other really interesting stuff.
Chocolate milkshake with peanut butter. Is that how you get at Five Guys? Oh my god, that sounds good. You know what? I just get a vanilla shake at that place. But I get other stuff at other places. I spent $22 at Five Guys for cheeseburger, fries, and strawberry milkshake. Yeah, it's expensive, but it's good. It's good quality, and you get those burgers fill you up. There ain't no like you are not full after one of those burgers. You can almost like not eat the whole goddamn thing and all the fries because they give you a fucking bucket of fries. What else happened this week in the news? Anybody remember anything happening in the news? They want us talking about gun control and shit. So what else was going on? Oh, Davos. Did you watch that was last weekend, I suppose. But
I've seen clips of it.
When that Jack Posobiec or whatever his name is, like kind of got detained.
Yeah.
By hot cops. They were hot, man. Even the dorky looking one, I was like, oh baby, stop being a cop. His eyes were so sweet. He had the sweetest eyes. And I was like, no, honey. Can't be doing that. But yeah, that was, of course, it was like, and then the fact check that the WEF police, like,
aren't actually WEF police.
Yeah. I was like, okay. Thanks, fact check.
Liberty Lockdown, he did a podcast episode covering the first week that I meant to watch, but forgot to, and I need to actually
for the Davos stuff.
Yeah.
These people flying in their charter jets, spending all that money. They showed the prices of like what it costs. It's like,
yeah.
But these are the people who are supposed to be the people who hate capitalists and hate rich people, want us to follow these fucking rich people weirdos rules. Like, how do they get that through their brain? They don't have a brain. This problem. Yeah.
There's one idiot came at me saying your fear is what keeps you supporting laws which enable children to obtain guns. I'm calling you a scared little boy.
Okay. They're like, what does that even mean?
Right. It's like, I'm not scared of anything. Kids literally can't buy guns legally,
Stop.
and no law you could pass is going to stop them from getting one off some dude on the street.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if I met some of these motherfuckers, if I met any of these motherfuckers IRL, they wouldn't say the shit that they say to me.
No, they definitely wouldn't.
And one thing or another, hey, I see women who like try and call the manhood of gun owners into question. I've seen one chick say, "Remember when men used to not use AR-15s?" I'm like, get fucked, ho. I don't need some validation from every blue check with a pair of tits.
That's stupid.
Oh yeah, I did see that, Justin.
Tulsi Gabbard. Oh yeah, I haven't listened to it yet. I saw Reed shared it.
She had a tweet because after it came out that the cops literally just let Uvalde happen, she's like, "Yeah, the police clearly aren't going to protect you. People should probably be armed and be trained."
That's good, man. She's not one of those ex-army people being like, the ex-military, blah blah blah. I don't think any citizen should ever have a weapon of war. It's like, you got your fucking talking points from like, and fuck you. And I'm the big like, no offense to anyone who served. Thank you for everyone's service, but I'm very anti-war. Blah blah. And it's like, you're the motherfucker who was actually allowed to kill someone if that happened. You know, like if they did that, you're allowed to fucking kill people when you're doing that. And you're telling me, like, I would get in trouble if I killed someone. Like, even if it was in self-defense, I would have to defend myself over it. You know, and it's like, fuck you, motherfuckers, for even saying that. Like,
then I bet you a lot of those. I bet you a lot of the dumb motherfuckers who say that shit never were actually overseas.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're just computer people. Oh yeah, I could see that Justin, her wanting to run for Republican. Or get in on, yeah, she wants to get in on something. Pre-Vietnam, I guess no one had ARs. Yeah. So dumb. And you know what? These motherfuckers love it. They love when this shit happens because they can fucking go on these anti-gun bullshit shit. Give me a second.
Because I think people who support guns actually. I'm gonna just start replying to people with the fucking cuckold meme.
Hi, new person, slice and tired.
I'm gonna just start replying to these people with that cuckold meme.
Do it. Yeah, I don't know. This was the last. I mean, what's interesting though is like, okay, we're free here, but then there's a lot of other countries where like it's definitely a lot more libertarian, and then Kapistan, like in the Middle East and shit. But they're all fighting everybody and each other. We're funding them and giving them better weapons and making them fight each other even more. It's just so stupid. Oh, Joe. I'm sorry. I'm in my old car. I had to keep a hide key in my old car because never fucking failed. I'm good about it now, though. Yeah. Do you guys think everyone else in the chat think Tulsi will run for prez? Be good.
They're probably fucking.
She's the hot blessed mommy vibes, like hot, respectable,
He is
blessed
hot.
mommy, like calm, soothing. Obviously, can defend herself, like strong woman as well. Like, yeah, I mean that's the energy we've been needing around these parts. So,
Yeah, it's
but
just
is she in the WEF and all that shit?
yeah, it's just wasn't she a part of the Young Global Leaders?
Yeah, and someone's like, well, they just choose people to do that. Blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, but she's still. I saw the where she's like, oh, thank you for it. Blah blah blah. It's like you should denounce that shit. You should denounce or condemn as irrational, and repugnant. She should.
Right.
She should say that. But and I also don't believe a lot. Like everyone loves the Lauren Boebert girl from out here, you know, she's a little
Right.
tiny thing, and she like same like she's cool. But then there's like all this rumor that she was like a model beforehand and kind of like was groomed to be in this place, just like AOC. Like it's
She
just
fine
hard
too.
to.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, hot, right? And if you can use it, like I wish I would have got fucking groomed to be in some of this shit. When I was kind of in politics before, I wasn't groomed, but they're like that. But like I was young, so they're like they really loved me and like loved that I helped because I was so young and they didn't have any young people, and so they were like trying to help me kind of like do a thing. But I'm just gonna groom myself. No, just kidding. I need to run for something, but it's just hard because I'm like I said, the whole dominatrix things. I could be cleaning up doing that if I could fucking be a sadist and actually like hit people. Like I'd clean up. Just why not? I don't care though. X did not hear what I said.
I really didn't. All right, I gotta get off Twitter. I gotta pay attention.
No, you're fine. You can go on. It just does. Yeah, I'm talking. It's all good. I was just saying that I wish I could clean up as a dominatrix, but I just don't want to do it. I just can't hit people. And that's what I'm saying with like the politics shit. I fucking hate the idea of having to get involved in politics. I should just fucking do it. Just be fake and do it. I don't know. I just gotta like get over shit and become a dominatrix. I wonder if I got my Cash App.
I'm waiting for this damn steak to thaw.
Ooh, you gonna grill up a steak?
Damn straight.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I hate that it's so expensive now, though.
I know. I agree. Sliced and tired. Do you want to keep going? Or are you good? Or what do you want to do?
Hey, we can go on.
Okay. Cool. I need to do more now because if I want to hop on I stay up so late on
I've
tactical.
been going for 2 hours now.
I know.
Holy shit.
I did a space the other night I did for fucking like 6.5 hours. What the fuck is wrong with me? What the fuck is wrong with me? But it was just ever changing, and people were like I said, it was like we had people talking really deep shit and crying, and like all of us loving on each other. Like it was just beautiful. Then I was in one last night that felt like schizophrenia, but I couldn't leave either. And I even told this girl, I'm like, tell me when it's been this much time so I can get out. Because I just get out of it. I just like sip. It's like being at the bar, you know,
right.
Just drinking and chatting. And if I don't do that, it's easier for me to not drink. And then the last night I stayed on a half hour longer than I wanted to.
First shot is asked if I know Bone Thugs and Harmony. Of course I do.
Meet me at the crossroads. Even I know that.
We're at the crossroads.
That was like probably one of the first like black songs I heard. Other than like church gospel black music. I didn't hear that. Do you know what's funny is like my family is very religious and stuff, and they were just like did their own thing, didn't like do popular things. And so we didn't really listen to secular music at all growing up. And so the very first kind of time I realized, oh, this isn't like about God or specifically was I got into my parents' records downstairs and I pulled out Simon & Garfunkel Bridge Over Troubled Water album.
Right.
And like I heard The Boxer. I mean, The Boxer is like hands down one of the most like powerful songs out there in the world. Or it's like a classic, you know. I don't know if do you know what I'm talking about? It's lie, 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 lie. Have you heard that one? You should listen.
If you play that, I'd probably know what it is.
Yeah, you probably. I'm just a poor boy, though my story's seldom told. I've squandered my resistance. It's like folksy, but it's like it builds and it gets so good. And I was like, oh, that was like the first secular music I ever heard, and I was probably like 9.
Wow.
Yeah. What else? Oh, and we would listen to what was her name, Amy Grant, because Amy Grant was a Christian singer. But then she got divorced, so we weren't allowed to listen to her anymore. And then she went secular. Like,
That's
so
goofy.
It's so silly. And that's why that's the whole, like, the 90s conservatives acting all crazy and the pendulum went so far that way. It's like, it's not going to fucking stop, because I can feel they're already going to fucking pull it way fuck back, as they kind of, I mean, they really do need to pull, somebody needs to pull something back, but it's just going to go that far again. And like,
Yeah.
and then there's us who are like, it's not that we're like centrist, but we're like, there's just this idea of, you can't control culture. Like, the only way you control culture is make your culture wonderful and beautiful and something people want to be a part of, right? Like,
Right.
but people, they don't see that. They always see the far fringes and the, you know, the word all or nothing, worst of the worst. So I don't know. I don't know what we do. Are y'all stressed out? You look like you're going to go pop a fool.
Who, me?
Yeah. Well, it's shitty when people say shit like that. It gets me all worked up.
Yeah, that shit. Exploiting first problem, you're just exploiting the deaths of children. Major red flag there. Second of all, you're trying to project that shit onto me for liking guns. You
A
deserve
guy
to
in
get popped in the
Ohio.
mouth. Right. I'm responsible for the deaths of the kids in Texas, even though I've never been to Texas in my life. Okay.
Yeah. There's this spell that I need to do or something. Oops. Like, because like I said, I think it's not magic necessarily, but it's the propaganda is like the magic to me, you know, how they can control people is what people do and think very easily. It's like, how do we get the propaganda out that, like, you're the one thinking that if you had a gun, you would shoot everybody? Like, it's such a simple thing to show that they project that.
Just the emotional manipulation in general. It's just, well, me, I look at things based on logic. So I don't really understand the emotional. Well, it's not that I don't understand the emotional thing. It's just not how I look at things usually.
Right. You can think emotionally, you can understand the emotional aspect, but you have to think of the logical conclusion.
And then it's like, you notice, like, the emotional shit, it's just, like I said, manipulation. There's no, you just want people to feel bad as opposed to actually make a rational argument for your side. And it's like, go fuck yourself. And
COVID made them real bad at that shit too. It's only made like more people worse at it, where they're like totally fine with emotionally abusive shit.
Why am I naked, Stoner? I'm not. I'm just lacking a shirt.
He'll get up every now and then. Oh, and Stoner, it's not Mountain Dew. It's this shit. It's so good. So good. This with some Tito's in a minute. It's gonna be so good. The victims, I know they are the ones who make it like feel like a crisis actor shit like that, you know? Right. Like, bad shit happens all the time too, and the same people who get upset about this. That's okay. So what do you think about this? When people, you know, people always go, well, but what about Chicago? And then the left goes, oh, you're racist for bringing that up. But I can understand when people always say black on black crime, that's a stupid way to bring it up. But like when you say, why can't we, when they shut that conversation down, isn't them saying we can't talk about the minority communities in the cities? Isn't that kind of what they're saying? Do you know what I mean? Did I lose you? Like,
no, I'm thinking like, you know, some people, jeez. When it comes to that, I see things in the quote unquote, I see that same kind of behavior in the quote unquote black community. Like, you bring that up, like how much black on black crime there is. And you can talk about why, and I talk about why that is too. It's like they don't want to talk about it because it makes them, it kind of destroys their side. And it's like, maybe it needs to be destroyed.
Well, it's talking about real shit, fam. It's like the same thing with all these shooters. Why don't we talk about how people's home lives are and why they turn to violence and what, like, that's, I mean, and if you're born in a fucking hood and it's, like, we all understand and know these things, like, why can't we talk about that? I feel like the liberals are always just like, and maybe, I don't know, I could be told, this is how I take it as a white, well, as a black, sometimes white girl, but like, when they're like, no, we, like, it's almost like they're saying, well, they're just black, poor in the hood, and that's just what they're going to do, and there's nothing we can do about it. Like, I feel like that's what they're saying. I don't know.
Or that they don't give a shit.
Yeah, and they're the ones who don't give a shit. Like, Whereas other people were like, we're march charades. Like, why don't I get in the hood and like teach these kids and give them a different perspective on things and be a male, a supportive, positive male figure, you know? And it's not like, I know everyone makes the, you know, black people have no dad's jokes, but like, why can't we have like good people like that going? I feel like the libs are like, no, you're just racist because you want to say black on black crime. It's like, it's not about that. It's about the communities, which aren't all black either. Like there's poor Mexicans and poor whites and all this shit like in the cities. So it's like, I just hate when they shut that discussion. I understand kind of, because I can understand like fucking MAGA people probably ruined it. But like,
yeah,
I'm like, why can't we talk about that? And I'm glad there's people like Maj who are like, yeah, obviously, because obviously you're going to need someone who looks like they fit in there. I probably couldn't show up and be like, hey, let's do gun safety. Although they might, I don't know. I just don't get it.
I know you're attractive enough.
That's true.
You know, it's weird. I guess in some cases it kind of makes people uncomfortable, especially when you're talking to like black people who always complain about racism and like white cops killing people. It's like, and then you show them a video of some black dude popping another black dude in the back of the head, and they get quiet, and it's like, before you talk about other people, make sure your shit is all good and in order.
Right.
The way I look at it.
And we have to face our
people
shadows.
don't want to do that.
They don't want to face their shadows. They don't say, oh, that I'm a human who's capable of doing something like that. You know, they can't play it off.
People who look like me.
Yeah. That's the same thing I noticed too when I started talking about like family child abuse. It's great because I get a lot of stories. I think people will talk about it for the first time that they've ever talked about, which I'm glad I can provide that, right? But like, there's a lot of these people who get really uncomfortable with it because a lot of fucking families put that shit under the rug. And that's like, they were like, oh yeah, you know, that one, my cousin did start acting weird and would be in the room with that one ankle. You know what I mean? Like shit like that happened and it didn't get talked about. And someone brought up a good point. I'm like, I'm not saying now go back and do shit, but like, now that you realize you saw or you know what was going on, now you know what to look for. Now you know how to protect your children better. And now you know like how, like that's what we have to think about, that it can be really close to home. Because I'm so haunted by that documentary I saw, and I was like, the dad was fucking abused by the uncles that he ended up letting around his kid. Like how the fuck, you know? But that's the cycle of abuse. His mind wasn't 100% right, probably, you know, and just drives me nuts. Because even families always like to have little unwritten secret rules about dumb, like anything. It's just families get weird sometimes.
They really do.
Yeah. Like, we have to keep it secret from your mom that you talk to a white girl on YouTube, probably. Just kidding. At least I'm pretty.
I mean, like, even if she knew, she probably wouldn't say anything to me directly. You know, it's funny because I was talking to my dad about my Virginia trip, and he was telling my mom about it, and he had asked if I was going to have she had asked if I was going to have any of my guns with me because she's not particularly pro-gun. But when I talked to her, she didn't bring that up. It's just how my mom is.
Yeah. That's a mom thing too, I suppose, no matter what. But
you know, she was more cool about me going there than my dad was.
Yeah, because you were the only black guy there.
Yeah, but she kind of.
What is he like? What's his fear that they'll hate you or you'll get blamed for something if something happens, or
Virginia's
just because it's Virginia.
Okay. It says historically racist state, which I mean that is kind of true, to be fair.
It is true.
But you know, it's kind of hard to take it seriously where that's all my dad talks about. Like you could talk to my dad about literally anything. And 5 minutes later, he'll find a way to bring up racism. You know, and it's like when you're dealing with that kind of person, it's kind of hard to take them seriously when they bring that up.
He probably dealt with some real racism. Really?
No, right? I can only recall, at least in real life. You know, people say shit to me on the internet, but it's like I don't give a fuck. It's the internet. I just block you and move on.
Like his childhood and stuff, you don't like. He had was all good.
For me, yeah, because like the one probably racist interaction that I can actually remember having. I was in high school at the time. My high school is like within walking distance of this major college here. And, you know, with that being the college, there's like a Starbucks and a Panera Bread and Chipotle and all that around. Let's see, what was that? Senior year, I went to Starbucks. I opened the door, seen some people coming out. They were white. because I'm such a good person, I held the door open for him. The dude looked at me dead in the eye and then went out the other door. And it's even though he didn't say anything, you just kind of know. It's just one of those things. Like that's the only.
And now he brings in
IRL.
black guys to fuck his wife. I bet for sure.
Probably.
I'm not even joking. Yeah.
So yeah, but like and my dad, I kind of get it because he and his generation and generations before, they actually did deal with actual racism. But it comes a point where it's like you just got to let it go. You can't be treating you can't hold on to that shit.
Right. When I lived in Virginia Beach, though. I mean, it is racist, but it was very diverse. It was much more diverse than Colorado. I had a blast out there. Like on my sister's street, because I babysat for her. There was Grandma Lolo. She's black, obviously, and like her son Marquise. Like they were like best. He was older, and they like took care of each other, But then they would have a block party. But on July 4th, actually, one time I did get invited to the BBQ at their house.
Did it give you an inward pass? No,
they're also sweet, and they're living in in the suburbs and all that shit. Like, and I forget, like, she had some other daughters that came by, and they would always say I have pretty legs. They're like, "You have pretty legs," and I was like, "Oh, thank you." Like my thighs, I was like, "Thank you." And then my niece, she was a little. My whole family gets butts and thighs, and even when she was like a little toddler, she had like strong butt and thighs. And Grandma Lolo is like, I loved it. She's a sweetie. That whole street.
Henrik.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Henrik. He brought up a good point. Black on black crime isn't unfair, and it is an unfair family because you kill whoever's around you. Yeah. Crime is opportunity. So unless you really have it out for a particular group of people, you're not going to go out of your way to hunt them down. You're just going to go with whoever is close to you that you think is a soft target. And if you live primarily in the hood where it's a bunch of black people, your target's going to be black people.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't like when people say black on black crime. I'm just like, why can't we talk about these communities that have the strictest gun laws but the most gun crime? Like, I just don't like when they shut it down.
It's funny. I remember this is how much my dad is obsessed with racism. And I think due to his experience with it, and then him joining the Nation of Islam and them kind of feeding his, I guess, views on it,
right,
is really bad. I remember I was like 4, 5, maybe 6 at the time. He showed me this book that had a bunch of pictures of black people being hanged and white people laughing about it. That's how, like, I was like, again, super young, and I'm getting exposed to that. And then you can argue about the history, but it's like at some point, when I got older and I like randomly remembered that one day, I'm like, I know what you're trying to do, trying to make me hate white people for shit that happened before any of us were being born, and I'm not about that life.
Right, and lynching people is wrong because it's murder. It's an attack. Right. Anyways, like that's what matters. Did you see that Cory Booker ad about the lynching thing, and like how Rand Paul had voted against it or whatever? Because it was more that it just makes.
Oh yeah, he put a noose around his neck. I didn't see the ad, but I heard about it. It's like,
and then it was like.
Get kicked off the bridge, please.
Yeah, I need to read the bill too, because mainly Rand Paul, which lynching is murder's illegal, or like that would be physical assault. Like all that shit is fucking already illegal, right? That's the logical basis. And then like I think they put some wording in there too, where like even if you were caught with something that looked like a lynch, then it would be, then you get punished for that, even with no victim. And so that was like, no. I was watching that Robbie was doing that on his Run Your Mouth. And then someone in the chat was like, well, because Cory Booker said like, oh, my relatives had to deal with lynching and all this stuff. And someone in Robbie's chat's like, well, then how is he here? Like, it was so bad. He's like, calm down, people. That was pretty funny. But
and people forget that. And a lot of people don't know that Rand Paul authored the Justice for Breonna Taylor Act.
Yeah. And then they fucking mobbed him and said, say her name. And he's like, the fuck?
I wrote the fucking bill, you retards. That's probably what I would have said.
It's so sad that those people are so like mindless. They're all in the like SSRIs are mindless drones, and they just follow this violent mobby energy, which I get. Like any humans would do that, but it's like how stupid can you be for that, especially? Like, you were literally just acting out of hate. They're being hateful and bigoted towards him. You know,
Right.
like, I condemn bigotry as irrational and repugnant. Did
Oh
you
yeah,
feel
and
that
you brought up
bullshit?
the lynching thing of how murder is still illegal, and and I see these like gun grabbers go, um, I have a right to not have my kids gunned down in a school, and it's like, no, not that. Well, that, but they'll say like they'll somehow equate gun ownership to murder, like, oh, if you pass constitutional carry, then you're legalizing murder or something. It's
Yeah,
like, no, murder's still illegal, dumbass. What are you talking about?
it was always illegal. That's why they're so like dumb when you have that status daddy mindset that can protect you. Like, there's, I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm trying to figure some spells out to cast, but we'll see. I'm just one. Oh, that it froze us as you good spot. That'd be funny.
Hold on.
Kind of came back. The amount of yeah, exactly, Henrik. Exactly. It's all. That's what I'm saying. Like any poor area where there's poor, whatever color you are, there's gonna be a lot of crime. I had on Dino yesterday, and they have like all the immigrants and refugees from the Middle East, and guess what? There's a lot of fucking crime. They're like,
Yeah.
although they are really going after people on the street. That's weird. I don't get it, but just
It's
there's
just
always
cultural differences.
yeah, and that's like there's always gonna be gangs, right? Like there's always gonna be gang crime, and that's the new gang crime over there. It is what it is. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it was funny because he was on with me right when his friend texted him that his friend almost got attacked, like right in front of his house. Ugh,
And they've made
crazy.
it damn near illegal to defend yourself.
Yeah,
And not just with firearms, but damn near anything.
anything. And the cops aren't really doing anything, and they're not being like proactive about anything. They're
Yeah,
being.
they all basically have the same problems that we do, for the most
It's a
part.
human problem, right? Like it's a human economic, cultural fucking problem. They clash and whatever. And some people can assimilate, some people can't. Some people cooperate, some people can't. Like I don't know.
And that's one of my favorite things about Dino is that people over here think that a lot of these European countries are utopias because they have all these social things like universal health care, they have really strict gun laws, or you name it. And then you talk to someone like Dino, and he's like, no, things are still shit over here.
Yeah.
I think that's a wake up call that a lot of people over here need.
Yeah, they don't report on it. Or they'll talk about health come and go like, well, the Scandinavian countries have it. And it's like, bitch, the Scandinavian countries are like 6 million, 7 million, 5 million populations. If you're like pushing for secession so we could have a bunch of like little countries that size over here, let's talk. But they're not talking about that,
Right. They want everyone to conform, and it's like, nah, go fuck yourself.
Mm-mm. Sorry. Too pretty to be told what to do. Sorry. Are we gonna keep going? I'm gonna go get into the pop. How you feel?
All right, do your thing. All right, what up, chat? How many people are we been watching? Mute, don't care. What's up, Kenny?
She went down the stairs earlier, by the way. I saw her. Yeah, I'm wearing hot pants. I don't know if I'm just gonna give everyone a show. Deal with it. Wearing a nice shirt and some fucking hot pants. So that's how I roll.
Hide your men, wives. Or ladies, hide your husbands. Wow.
Yeah, I mean that kind of
Or
works
wives.
too. Yeah. I'll seduce them all, but only for good. It's only for good. Oh, damn it.
Kenny's in chat. Ah, damn it. Where did I just put my phone?
Did you say you do Discord?
Yeah.
Will you once my Forest Mommy community is built, will you want to be in it?
Of course.
Discord?
I thought you'd never ask.
He's it's a libertarian squirrel. Do you remember who he was? He was the one who he's so sweet. He's all building it, and I was like, oh, he's sweet. But he was like, he actually did make a good point, because me and Tactical last week were, we got deep and shit, and like just talking about how there are just so many voices like us, people who are like, we're not the fucking fringe, and even if we do fringe things, like we're not like that, We're just we're chill, we're peaceful, we're cooperative, whatever. Like, I don't know. Hey, Kenny. So he's like, well, I would love to help you, get your voice out there more, because I guess in Discord you have a little more freedom, and you can do more shit with it, I guess. So you can do video on it, right? And voice chat. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't even know. I had it on my phone for a little while with the libertarian stuff, but then I took it off because I got tired of it, of the notification. That's how bad I'm like, I need to get more involved. And people out here, they give so much of their time, and they do so much fucking work. There's like unsung heroes out here, or in all the states and stuff. All the people who volunteer so much time. I love it. Well, we are cooperative, but if we're not cooperative, we're not going to make it hard on someone else, is what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not going to go out of our way to cause conflict. We're going to like figure out the best path that's not like, you guys know what I mean. You don't have to cooperate. And I'm fucking doing it. I'm doing what someone else tells me to do. Yeah, no, fuck that. Dave Smith and Patrick Bet. I haven't seen that one yet. I'll have to look.
I haven't listened to really any podcasts in a while, to be honest.
Did you listen to? Oh, you should listen to the one with was Robbie, Dave, and Angela, and Michael Heiss, and right before the convention and shit. They did like a comedy. They did like a live podcast kind of thing in Reno. It was pretty good. It was fun. There's people from Twitter in the audience and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's just fun. It was fun. They're all asking him silly questions, but it was like good to ask questions. I don't know. I know some people like hate Dave Smith, and I'm like, you don't have to like love him, but he just knows how to talk to people and like act normal and not seem like a fucking, that's all I asked for. It's like just someone relatable. So I get it. You give me a hard time, Lucifer. Give me a hard time. Yes, you would. First One Shot. Everyone follow First One Shot on Twitter, by the way. He just made a Twitter. Gotta get him addicted to Twitter. He is very personal, Kenny. Kenny's Mises, right? Oh, yeah, Kenny. Well, I think you're Mises, Kenny, so you're a racist bigot. Sorry.
Even though he's full-blooded Indian and looks black.
Darker than you. In the Air 11. Do you follow? There's a guy named Derek too. Like Derek's out there, so he's.
Oh yeah, I know him. Yep.
Yeah, he's Indian, but he was adopted and raised in America, but like he's Indian. And then Waffles Chinese. Like there's so many people where, but like, just shut the fuck up. Just shut up. That bullshit. Don't call. That was the one thing I like. I called someone. I'm like, call me a racist in my face. Like. That's one thing I don't like. I don't like that. Like, don't fucking call me. I'm not a fucking racist, and it's not because I'm like defensive. I should be like, excuse me. I have at least one black friend online. Because I actually have like way more. No, but Yeah, I'm like, I do not like. Don't call me that. Especially like, just shut up. Don't fucking call people that. It's so stupid. I am. Yes, I did first one shot.
Sure.
That was. Yeah, he was so dark. We couldn't see him walking. Ugh, that's such bullshit.
Didn't he
Like,
get?
and I.
Didn't Kenny get kicked off Twitter?
Yeah, I want
What
to
did
have
he
him
do?
on. I want to have him on, but I don't know how to like send him a link to get on because he's not on Twitter.
What did you do, Kenny?
Kenny, send it to Forest Mommy. Send your email to forestmommy1984@gmail.com. The racist accusation. Yeah, Lewis. It's just don't fucking call me a racist. Like we said, when all these like white bitches were like, I'm racist and blah blah, like doing that shit. It's like, well, bitch, yeah, maybe you are. If you're openly saying you're fucking racist, yeah, that's great for admitting it, but don't put that on everybody. Rhonda had a good thing on. She had a little good clip she shared from when she was on Timcast recently. Rhonda Luva, I don't know how you say your last name. Olivia Rondo. That's how I say. Yeah, it's backwards. And yeah, she's like, it sounds like they're just projecting. Like maybe they are just fucking. They're the racists, and we all kind of feel like that, you know. Oh, Forrest. Here, I'll type it in. Oops. Everyone can send me emails there if you want. Forrest Mommy 19. Okay, it looks right.
Be right back.
Yeah, I'm asking for the races less people. I know. It's them fucking project, Lewis. It's like you are the only ones trying to grab guns, and you're the only ones who say they're the only. It's just so stupid. They're trying to grab guns, but they're say, oh well, those people will try to grab guns if those people have guns. And it's like, no, because you're the only ones who want to figure it out. It's just so stupid. So dumb. Sorry, everybody. I don't have a producer, so I got to do this work myself. Just kidding. We're gonna build up Forest Mommy Discord. I have Forest Mommy. I own forestmommy.com. I'm gonna start selling. I really want to. There's a couple things of merch I really want to sell, but I'm so picky about it, y'all. So I don't know how to do it in a way that's well. I'm gonna sell that jewelry now too. That'll be fun. Okay, might have guessed. Thanks, everyone. You always cash out Forest Mommy if you want until I get my super chats. Just FYI, I do good with money. I pay it forward. I do spend some of it on booze. Just honesty, full disclosure. On my phone, it's like way behind. All right. Hi, Joe. Got Joe's email now. All right, I'm sending it to you now, Kenny. Yay. Should have done that a while ago. I'm so stupid. I want to do Forest Mommy trucker hats, beanies, and probably a hoodie and tank tops, but like not necessarily wife beaters, but the like that rib tank top stuff, but like that fit good. Love it. Those are what I want. Definitely is. And stickers. Someone else was already making there's someone on Twitter who's like he loves doing graphics, and he's done a few. He's written out like it looks like graffiti, some of our names, and it looks cool on stickers. I'm like, I could do that too. That'd be fun. Where's my condoms? And I'll call, don't come in the pussy. Don't come in the pussy condoms. Don't come in the pussy condoms. Still pull out. It still pull out. I'm the worst. I was just saying, I have forestmommy.com, and I really I've mentioned before, I want to do some merch, but I'm so picky about what I want to do that it'll be like hard. I could like fucking go broke doing it, you know, because I'm just picky. So I got to figure it out.
Can I now claim Hex as a black friend? Sure, why not?
Yeah, he's your friend. Marsh One Shot.
I'm probably a lot of my mutuals token black friend, to be honest.
Yeah, you probably are.
It is what it is. I don't know what.
I'm the token hot friend, so you know I totally know what it feels like. God, I love being a bimbo. I love faking it because I'm very smart, but I've just, you know what? You have to be like, Kenny, did you get it? By the way, I just was a very responsible, smart young lady. But people I knew in business and shit, people are gonna start taking advantage of it. So you have to like do it right, you know?
Right.
Yep. Otherwise you're gonna and I got burned out because I was just too responsible. All right, here we go. All right, we got our other black man in here tonight. I'm just kidding. Can you hear us? Hi, Kenny. I can't hear you.
Can't hear you, dog.
Can't hear you. Mm-mm. He looks very Indian right now.
He really does. Oh my god.
No. And it doesn't say you're muted or anything, so I don't know if it's something on your computer. Maybe you can. Maybe you want to go out and come back in too. You can try that. I don't know. Oh, there you go. Wild. First, let me. Yeah, I'm gonna get a cool logo. So my beanies are gonna have Forest Mommy and like this like almost like graffiti kind of. I want to have a graffiti like emblem, and then my trucker hats are gonna look 80s.
Nope.
No.
Still broken.
You can try and get on your phone. Are you on your computer right now? You can try and get on your phone, maybe. That's what I've had to do before. It's like, I don't know. I'm not smart enough for anything, so like Discord is literally making me have stress. I should make condoms. That'd be cool. Do you know who that little David Brady is on
the name Twitter? I know the name.
He's like a young kid who's super into libertarian shit right now. But it's just cute. But he's pretty base. But he put no.
It's still broken.
he did he put I don't know what he was advertising, like a website or something, but he bought things to put in what are they called? The urinal cakes that had like his website on it or something like that. It's okay. Like that's I don't know what he's selling, that's kind of clever. So we'll do some Forest Mommy Don't Come in the Pussy condoms. I would just be the, just put the advertising on it. You can get advertising condoms anywhere. I've seen them. They probably throw them at Pride to kids, like fucking sickos.
Oh God.
I used to love the Pride parades back in the day, but they didn't bring the kink stuff out then. It was just like sweet. And it was when it was starting to get a little corporatized, but like now it's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Come on.
Yeah, they had a Pride parade here yesterday, and I ended up walking by it because I was on my way home and I kind of had to. Saw some very questionable people. Oh my God, I hope.
But you can do that shit. You can dress like that shit and do your shit in an adult only area. Why you gotta you can literally do that and get it out of your system. Why do you have to bring it to like the public?
Right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Hi, awesome. Kenny.
Hey, what's up, guys? How are we all doing?
Good. You look good.
Thank you.
What up?
Appreciate it. See, now it's kind of phone. I have to the way I move my head is gonna be weird. But
why? Because you do the Indian head bump.
That's great. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Just kidding.
Yeah. So what's up, guys? So how we all been?
Good, but we still never heard how you got fully suspended. If you want to just dive in.
Of course, I'm gonna dive in. I have two stories. One is the boring, probably correct story, and the other one is the conspiratorial long story. Okay. So I'll go with the easy one first. The easy one is back maybe in February, there was the truckers thing going on. So we were doing a space. From Canadian libertarians, conservatives, whatever. And then we started venturing into mental health, which is my forte in my career eventually. I guess now. And there was some dude who was in there who was an asshole, who was making fun of people, attacking people. So I said, go fuck yourself. And I said, go jump off a bridge. Something stupid like that.
On the voice and space?
On the space, yeah. Okay. And that counted as a physical threat or something. So that's the official reason. But the much more fun story, the much better story is Also during a space the same day or 6. This is gonna be weird as hell. It's gonna be super weird. Like maybe 6 hours or so after that, after that, the same day, I was doing a space with my boy Parsons, who's a Canadian libertarian trucker guy. Like, so we were doing a space and we're talking about the truckers, and we were actually talking about the trucker protests and Elon Musk and all that stuff. So as we're talking about it, there was this guy. There was this guy in there who was really. There was a guy who was in the space, really cool dude. And the important thing to know is that he is a Bills fan, a Buffalo Bills fan, and it was all in his name and his profile, right? Cool dude, hella cool. Like he was talking to us about the thing, whatever. And then he does something really, really weird. He introduces his friend, who is also a Bills fan, this girl, and she's a veteran. And the important thing is Buffalo Bills, the football team, Bills. So they both go into space. He introduces her, and then she starts talking. She starts talking about some weird ass shit. She starts talking about the VA and the VA healthcare, and then she was talking about that. We were talking about the truckers. Then she goes to the VA health, and then she says some really creepy, weird story about how some guy couldn't get healthcare, so he set himself on fire. And me and Parsons are like, what the fuck? What? Like, we're talking about this. Why are you like? It was just weird. And I was already kind of on the edge because she was saying something about because I was already on the edge because two people who are Bills fans in a Canadian thing, you know what I mean? So there was that. And then this lady starts going to a complete tangent about, she goes into a complete tangent about QAnon and January 6th and all this weird shit. And then me and Parsons are looking at each other like, this lady's a Fed. This lady's a fucking Fed, or there's something weird about this lady. And it was just super weird. And then so Parsons pushes back on her a little bit because she starts talking about white supremacy, and I'm like, we're talking about the truckers, and we're talking about individual freedom. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then she tells us this bogus story about how she had to, like, this is all in the span of 2 minutes. Like 2 minutes, she's saying all the shit, and she goes into this little tangent about her saving an Armenian guy from QAnon protesters and some really weird shit. And I'm like, me and Parsons are looking at each other like, this is a Fed. This is a Fed. They're trying to make us look bad, or they're trying to, I don't know what these people are doing, but they're so weird. And it was just so weird that they had Bills, like Buffalo Bills. This guy's a Bill, that guy's a Bill. And then there was another person.
Seemed off. It was off.
Yeah, there was like, there's no way that's a coincidence. And then the third person, then Parsons pushed back, and then she just got upset about, and she left, and he left, and the other guy left at the same time. The guy that we thought was cool. And then another third person joined, also a Bills fan. So then I tell Parsons, like, bro, this shit's monitored. This shit is weird. You shut down the space. I'm like, shut down. And then she leaves and then comes back. And by this time, I'm so mad. I'm so mad because you people are trying to fuck with our space. We were having a good conversation.
And don't you hate that when people come in and barge in, like I just did, and they like ruin the vibe of the whole space? Like, you know what I mean, though? Like,
yes, of course. Yeah. I hated that, and it was just so. Me and everybody else in the space is like, what the fuck, man? Like, is that like a Fed code word or something? Like Bills? Like,
I'm gonna look up for it now.
I will say that is kind of weird because when you think about it, the the Buffalo shooting was in Buffalo, and there was did you hear about that Fed guy who was involved?
Yeah, he was a retired Fed.
Yeah,
and talking to the kid.
So yeah, that's weird. This is 4 months ago, 3 months ago. So I called her a Fed and said, get the fuck out of our space, and da-da-da. And I was like,
you're really kind.
You're like, you're being weird. Like, we're talking about real issues. Don't try to infiltrate our shit. And I called her a Fed, and I blocked her, and I blocked the other guy. And that's the real reason I think I got banned, because...
Have you appealed it?
I haven't even bothered. I haven't even tried. I'm just
it's probably fine. Twitter is not necessarily a great habit, right?
Yeah, and not only that, but
it brought all us together.
Yeah. Like, I think for the libertarian community, it's been a godsend. I think Twitter. Liberty Twitter. I will say I didn't really like the way Liberty Twitter was getting, because it was too focused on personalities.
Yeah, people were doing like getting in fights and shit. It's like, shut up.
Yeah, they were getting in fights, and I'm not innocent either. Like, I'm sure I got into fights with somebody, but so long as
It's
you
okay if it's
stay,
against government. That's what I
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's what I say. If you're gonna get in fights, get into fights with our actual opposition.
yeah, I feel it.
get those spaces are. I've been so addicted to the spaces lately.
That's awesome.
I had
I heard you.
I had a 6-hour one the other night. It was over 6 hours.
Yeah,
Lord.
it's just cool talking with like-minded and also different people. Like there
Yeah,
have
people
been
come and go.
yeah, like the other side doesn't really like to talk too much. So the other side doesn't really like to talk too much in our conversation. So, but whenever we can get them, they're usually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's not even just ANCAP stuff. It's even just I was talking to one guy about like mental health. I was talking to another guy about the football.
Conversations go everywhere about
yeah.
everything. I love it. Yeah, and everyone gets real. Everyone's really genuine and real, and it's fun. There's a leftist who's been hanging out with us lately, and he's a cool, like he gets us. The first time he came into one, he was like, he followed me or something, and then like he's like, oh, you guys are anti-government, but you're not QAnon people, and you're not all weird like I've been told you would be, you know.
Yeah.
And,
That's how it
and
is.
he's getting it. He's like red pilling. He loves doing this. He's always in there
Good.
too. So
Good.
it's
That's good. What is he, like a
yeah.
progressive or something?
No, I would say he was just more of like still trusted the government to like take, you know, like kind of probably like Joe Rogan or like, you know, where he still thinks there should be a lot of government programs but he's getting it. Oh, and like he asked about ARs and like he's, you know, and he got understood us and we're like where we're coming from. And then I posted my AR and titty picture. So, but it has no mag in it. You didn't see it?
No.
It was a couple nights ago.
Oh.
You can look. I'll send it to you. I can do it. It's the old one I've had up. I did. That was like when 2020 first started, and that's like was part of like what helped get me people who wanted to talk with me about what the fucked up shit was going on. And
yeah, it's just so crazy because the last time I talked to you guys, I don't even know if the Ukraine war had started.
That's true.
I don't know if it did, but the narrative on that. Yeah, the narrative on the Ukraine war has just flipped. Like we were hearing about how Ukraine was kicking their ass, and now it's just like Russia has 20% of the country, and they're gonna have 25. They attacked Kiev whatever the fuck, this morning or something. So it's just like watching the narrative. Just like the only time you should ever watch the media is to watch them like fall over themselves. That's the only time you should ever watch them. Like they are just so like pathetic and just so like CNN Plus failed. Elon Musk bought Twitter. He's going through some bullshit right now, but I still think if Elon Musk gets Twitter, I got my.
Well, they evaluated it wrong with all the bots, which I understand. I'd be like, it's not evaluated right, honey. You were advertising to not a real person, so I'm not gonna, you know, that advertising money was bullshit. That the advertising people should fucking sue people who pay for advertisers. Sue Twitter for like giving their advertising to bots.
They inflate it, yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that shit. Yeah, that's true. It's been so long since we've talked. I mean, you talk in the chat, but are you in school right now? Do you have a class?
It's summer, so I'm almost done though. I'm almost gonna graduate, and then I'll be able to jump into some internships and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to all that. I'm just trying to stay away from. I will say one good thing about Twitter is I was involved in a lot of bullshit. I was always getting into fights.
It's hard to get
people.
in. Yeah. Well, it's like your buds, your friends, and then like especially in group chats and shit. Y'all are like a gang in group chats and shit. Like, love it.
Yeah, our little buddies.
What's are you masters of psychology? Is that what you?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. My sister got her PsyD, so she's a psychologist.
Yeah, she's I'm not going all that, but good for her. That's a lot of school. It's a lot of work.
Now they have a couple. She started. My family's very entrepreneurial, and so she started. She has a couple offices around the state and stuff.
Nice.
And it's kind of like Christian, but it's still counseling. So whatever, you know. Like
she incorporates Christianity into it.
I think. Well, it used to be a lot like she thought if there was people who don't, she didn't do conversion therapy, and this is I'm not saying a judgment on this at all. She would like people who don't want to be gay want therapy to not be gay. Yeah. But like she believes there are gay people. She's not like against. She's definitely more progressive Christian, I guess you could say. But if someone wants to talk about it and be, needs someone to talk about it with, so
it's compared to the reverse conversion therapy they're trying now with all these groomers, and so I mean, if you're really against conversion therapy, you should not be for talking to kids about like these fucking weirdos. I have never seen a child that be like, you know what, I'm gonna talk to them about really inappropriate shit. Like I don't understand the mindset of these people. What do you see when you see a child? You want to talk about sex and gender? It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's a child. It's not even your child either. What the fuck?
Yeah,
like, I just don't. I don't get these people. Like they don't
understand. They're introducing it to them.
That's another thing. Yeah, they're. We keep looking at them from a human sphere, but these people are just beyond it.
Yeah, like it's so simple to be like, hey man, don't talk about that. Like they're too young for that. Don't talk about that. And then like the trans shit, it's like, I'm sorry, but that a kid doesn't think that. A kid's not thinking about that unless someone fucking tells them. I made a post the other day. I was like, I've talked about it many times that if I'd been growing up now, they would have fucking fucked with my head over this shit. And I'm like,
are there no?
I would have been so pissed. I would have been so fucking pissed. Like,
there's no tomboys anymore. Like, remember tomboys? Like, no, you're not a tomboy. You're just a boy. Like, what the? Like, do you know how many girls I've dated or messed around with or whatever that were tomboys and like football?
I had short hair and I grew up in the fucking sticks. Yeah, I hate it. And yes, they're tomboys, but they're still emotional teen girls, so they're easy to manipulate like that. I felt bad about I got made fun of for having small boobs by the middle school boys, which is funny. And it's like, but if a teacher came to me and said, hey, maybe since you're not like super girly, maybe you're a boy. Like what the fuck? What the fuck? Like,
that would have messed up these kids are gonna be so messed up. It's just,
and they're physically messing them up too. They're sterilizing some of them.
Yeah, it's really
fucked. Can we stop trying to do so much medical shit to kids and let their bodies like just be grow. And
these people, they really have some really twisted and perverted like logic behind it. Like they will try to argue things like they will try to argue dwarfism or gigantism or certain conditions require hormones. So they're like, well, these people need these to be healthy. So these people, that's their next move. Their next move is going to be correlating. The next move, I think they're going to try and remove gender dysmorphia. They're either going to remove it from the DSM-6, I guess, or they're going to try and like augment it so that it's it requires, that's their next move. Like these people are always on the move. You have to think ahead when dealing with them. And they always try to go after institutions. That's why people don't trust institutions.
That's why they will run everything because they're in the institutions. So my sister said, with the laws out here in Colorado with therapy and stuff, like if a kid comes to you and says their gender, and you as a counselor say maybe not, that's anti-trans bigotry. And now it's like you can lose your license and like what the fuck? That's too far. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're right.
What's going on, Kenny?
I've been good, man. It has been. How you been, bro?
Been good.
Did you? I saw that you got your old account back, the big one. Did you ever get that? You got that back? Awesome. Are you still using that one, or are you still using the one that I had with you, or you had with me?
I'm still using this newer one because my following is like
much bigger,
several times bigger now than the old one.
Yeah, you have like what 15,000 now or something? What do you have?
I'm like 3. I'm about 3,300.
Oh my bad.
You thought you were big time. He is big time.
Yeah. No, not quite. I'm working on it.
Texas big time.
No, I mainly only use the old account when people block me on this main one.
That's perfect. That's great.
So did you watch any of the Reno convention stuff, Kenny?
The LibertyCon thing?
Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't been watching that kind of stuff because I'm not. But I do like the direction that the Libertarian Party is going. Like they kicked out Swarbrick,
and it's more people like us. That's the Mises Caucus. It's just normal people.
I hate the Mises Caucus has gotten such a bad rap from these like progressive assholes. Like they really have. They've used the social media to fucking. Yeah, that's how you know that they're afraid of us because they can't the truth needs no lie, doesn't need any defense, only witnesses. So if you have to lie about somebody, that means you're fucking scared of them. That means you can't take them on normally. So
And I'd be their
But-
friend if they want to stop being like bitches, and we would accept them as long as they get along. They understand what we're fucking fighting for right now, like the actual liberty and shit, you know. But they want to. They're like,
Bro, did you see the stuff they were saying about Elon Musk? They were saying how, like, that fucking, what's that dwarf's name? Robert Reich. Robert Reich was talking about how
he's
he
a
was
shoddy.
saying how libertarian free speech is the enemy, or is the libertarian free speech ideals that Elon Musk was having. That is what dictators use. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Do you not know what a dictator is? I'm like, no. Like,
They put
that's
the wrong ideas out there. That's like the black magic stuff almost, where they just repeat the wrong shit over and over, and then the masses are taking that in, and that's what, you know. I was called even a racist the other day for being a part of the MC for the Mises, and I'm like, say it to my face, bitch. And then she called us. She says everyone's a racist in the MC, and then I said, bully me, say that to my face. And what was the first thing she said? You're a boring white bitch. Wait. You call me that? You brought, and she's a boring white bitch too. So whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like,
yeah.
it's not about anything. It's just about the internet stupid shit where they don't know anything, and they're just like, I just need to hate him.
I bet they don't even know his real name, or I bet they don't even know that he worked with a Nobel-winning prize economist.
Who?
So the Ludwig von Mises.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure they don't even know his full name. Like, they just know Mises Caucus. They don't know who he is. They don't know that he's a Jew. Who escaped from like Nazi Germany or stuff like that, or the Nazi Europe. So just like, these people are ridiculous, man.
They're just repeating what they're told in their little hateful groups and then I'm like, oh yeah, and then they're like, I will never join blah blah, and that's like, no one's fucking asking you to.
Nobody wants
to,
yeah.
They're acting like they're being forced to, and it's like, just shut the fuck up. There's a little whatever. It's a last ditch effort to use the political process. I'm like, whatever. I'll put a little energy towards like, yeah, I can do all the other shit and I can, I can't really walk and chew gum at the same time, but I can't, right? Like, we can all put our energies into whatever we need to do to be prepared and shit, but like, why would you not? There's people literally trying to like go against that energy, and I'm like, I don't get that. Stupid hipster bullshit. Anyways, I'm glad you're almost done with school and going into that. Where do you want to work in? Well, you'll do different internships.
Yeah, what I have to do is I need to do how many 1,000 hours or something. I need to do of supervised hours. I'll still get paid, but I just won't get paid as much. But I really don't even care too much about the money at this point. I do care about the money to a degree, but I really just want to do my work. I'm just sick of all this.
Yeah, you only get good once you start actually doing it. Yeah. So
honestly, that's why I like talking to people so much. It's kind of like practice.
Yeah.
Even just
that's what those spaces are. Spaces are therapy fucking sessions.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're in tears the other night. Like, oh, love it.
I really liked talking with those kind of people.
Kami or Clarence and Kami.
I don't remember straight Clarence.
He had the black voice changer. If I say that, you'll know who he is. Maybe not.
Maybe.
He's a white guy, but he's a white guy, but it changes his voice to a black guy, and he's just really good at it's racist, but whatever. Black people,
don't tell.
They make cool with it.
Don't tell the libs that they'll get. Have you noticed that with these people, cultural appropriation only goes one way? Like, I was on Instagram this other day, and there was these people doing a dance, and then everyone's just having some stupid dance, but it was funny. Everyone's having a good time, and then some black lady who's like, everyone's got their own style except white people. All they do is take, and I'm like, you idiot. You're saying this on Instagram, which is made by a white guy. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, shut up. Like, we're all having
exclusive.
We're all having a good time just watching this little video, and you have to say some stupid shit like that. It's just like,
people will say dumb shit about literally anything.
About anything, yeah.
And they're the ones, they won't talk about race like we all talk about race. They just say, oh, you're racist. Like, they can't just talk about shit,
Yeah, like I was debating with somebody about trying to explain systemic racism, because I really don't think it's a thing, or at the very least it's not in the way that they think it is. So I was having them to explain it, and then the more we expanded it and talked about it, the more we got into it, and we realized that these institutions are built corruptly to begin with against everybody. Like the police, they always say that police, for every Breonna Taylor, there's also a Duncan Lemp, there's also Tony Timpa, there's also a Daniel Shaver. Yeah, and it's just
Johnny
like,
Hurley.
yeah, all these names, and it's like they have never heard of them, they don't know them. I'm like, Duncan Lemp was even worse than Breonna Taylor, because Breonna Taylor at least her family got acknowledgement, they got wrongful death, and also they got some form of justice. Duncan Lemp's, they won't even show the
Body camera.
the body cam. Yeah, they killed him in his sleep. They actually killed him in his sleep, unlike Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor was awake, and not to say that Breonna Taylor wasn't wrong either. I'm not defending those cops. I'm just saying we should talk, instead of saying this is racist, you should say this is wrong for these two. Because what, like, no knock warrants for people who aren't even dangerous? Like, what the fuck? So
yeah. Rand, we were talking about this earlier. Rand Paul had done that. He had made a bill to help stop things like that. It was called the Breonna Taylor bill. But then those fucking kids in DC like mobbed up and were like, "Say her name," and he's like, "Motherfuckers, I wrote the fucking bill." Like,
yeah, this is like, these people, all they're good for is making slogans. That's literally all they're good for.
Yeah, they're just living slogans. That's as deep as it goes to them. Because you ask them to explain, like, "Oh, explain what you mean by that." They're like, oh, they just repeat the fucking same shit. You know, like they can't explain.
Yeah, it's yeah, you know, I mean, why bother doing any philosophical engagement when you can just say a cool slogan that somebody else came up with? Yep. So, or I can just post a black square on my IG, you know.
You guys remember that?
Yeah.
They really got everyone under control with the social media. Really hardcore right there. Beginning COVID and then the BLM stuff. Like, wow.
And then to cap it all off with this Ukraine stuff. These people really are sheep. They are really sheep.
They're like receiving transmissions. It's weird.
It's just like
it's
they
that
don't even.
Meme. It's that meme where it's like the mad NPC, then they switch it to the back, and then it's like removing one chip, put in another one for whatever the current issue is, and then closing it up.
You guys gotta watch Michael Malice explain the NPC meme to Joe Rogan. It's incredible. Okay. It's so good. It's one of an older Michael Malice, Joe Rogan, maybe 2-3 years ago, something like that.
Okay.
But bro, Michael Malice, that guy really helped me get through quarantine. He really helped me get through.
Oh yeah.
Michael Malice was the fucking man. He has a really great show. I like his show a lot. He has he has really good books too. I have 2 of them.
Sassy. He's sassy. I like it. Like,
I love him just going at people on Twitter. It's hilarious.
Oh god, that's one thing I miss.
Do you know who I loved watching during like the initial 2020 that I found kind of through Liberty Twitter was Eric July. I don't like, and so I had like to stop listening for a while because I kept like having memories of that first summer and like how terrible of time I was. But I was like, it's weird. It's like his voice brings me back to that. But I love him. I love all the people. I know that's when I started listening to podcasts and shit was COVID, and then getting on Facebook and getting on Twitter and like finding out about all these people like think like me who are like completely different from me, like not think like me on everything, right? But just on the important ideas of liberty and freedom and stuff. So that, because all my young friends that were my age turned stupid over COVID for the most part, you know? And so it was like, and then I find there's more, even a lot of time, you're all younger than me. Like there's just, I'm glad that it's going on. Yeah. There's more of us than the people think.
There's a lot of us. There's a lot of people, and I think COVID just kind of destroyed. Like, we don't do anything from COVID here in Florida. We don't socially distance. Nobody wears masks. The hospitals are all back to normal if they were ever not normal. I haven't seen any like mass vaccination drives or anything since like a year. So it's just like, it's over, and then pussy ass Bill Gates is now saying, "Oh, it's just like the flu." Did you guys see that? Did you see that he was like, we have to treat it like the flu? Like that's what we said, you asshole. Like,
and saying there's going to be a smallpox epidemic now that we're going to worry about. Like the basically
smallpox or monkeypox.
Well, he went to it.
He did say something about smallpox.
Yeah,
a few months
ago. The monkeypox shit. What the fuck is that shit? Like?
That literally sounds made up. That sounds like. that sounds like somebody made that up as a joke, and they're seeing how far they can push it.
What?
No, there was some article some publication put out an article about monkeypox, and then for like the header image they used an image of somebody's hand with like bumps all over it, and then someone did like a Google image search, and that same picture was used to talk about shingles, however long
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
But they can put the lie out there because what's the quote, like a lie
If
goes
it
around the
bleeds, it
world.
leads.
Yeah, and if
Or
lie
about
goes
that
a
too.
lie go around the world before the truth will even put its pants on or something.
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like
Yep.
that. Yep. Or the Hitler one where he's like, repeat a lie, make it big, and something.
Yeah, and that's how they. I mean, he had Goebbels, and that's how they like. Think of how good back then without social media, he got all these people to do what his bit, to get on board with what was going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like now we have social media, and like that's what scared me so much during the COVID shows, just seeing everyone so quickly like do that, and I'm like, Jesus, like of course, like now we have Hitlers with social media, like, or tyrants like this, and they'll be able. That I'm nervous about what's the next thing they're gonna do to snap them into, like, what are they gonna do?
It's weird because social media can be like that, but it's also kind of like it also can be a deterrent or you can use it because whether you're
we all see through the bullshit. I feel like we're immune to the bullshit. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say because back then there was like a few radio stations that were all like there was like no TV back then, so all the media that there was, everybody listened to the same things exactly, and there was no pushback.
That's true.
So now that there's all of these YouTube channels, there's YouTube, there's Rumble, there's all these things and all these voices, and all you need is a phone. So in a way, it's good, but at the same time, we all have our faces on our phone instead of I feel like people become a lot more ignorant. I don't know if that's true, but it really seems like people just they don't think for themselves but did people ever think for themselves, to be honest?
No, because it's hard to like think things, especially like self, like when you're doing self-reflection shit, like people just don't want to like dive below the surface on anything because there's uncomfortable truths under there a lot of times, and they can't handle that shit. That's why everyone's racist. That's why so at the convention, the Mises had like a party one night.
Tell me how it was. Tell me what happened.
I didn't go, but it looked amazing. It was full. I mean, you see this huge ass fucking full room of people, and Maj Toure spoke, and Ron Paul, Dave Smith, Scott Horton, another guy that's more in the like caucus board or something, and then Zuby was there, and he spoke too.
Is he a libertarian? He's pretty cool,
he's
but
like kinda.
I feel
he
like
was more conservative, and then COVID kind of pushed him more libertarian.
Yeah, he reminds me of like Eric July light. Like he's like
Yeah.
Like I feel like he's like Eric July's Popeyes and Zuby's Chick-fil-A. That's how I think about it.
Or we have Eric July at home, and then it's Eric July at home.
Wish.com Eric July.
That's good.
Shout out to Zuby.
He's a cutie. Yeah, we love Zuby.
He's cool.
He's talented too, and he's all about working out. It's great. Yeah, Sarah, exactly what she said. We live in a different worlds depending on the algorithm. It's so true. That's why I had to get off Facebook because I remember on Facebook I saw stuff about this is when Jordan Peterson was first. They were going after him. They were attacking him, and it was even in Liberty Anarchist Twitter, or Facebook. But I just remember like, oh, this Jordan Peterson, awful person. They like made him sound like an awful person, and the articles that I would see would be. And then I'm like, I got off Facebook, and I was just like, I saw him more connect with Liberty Twitter, and then I finally looked at him, and I was like, what? Where are these people?
He's a grandpa. I feel like he's kind of boring sometimes, but
yeah, I don't agree with everything he says either. But he has some things he said that are completely right. Yeah, like he loves to encourage, and it's like there was one interview I heard with him, and it talks about how he's walking in the streets, and like these men would come, or guys would come up to him, and like he's
thank
like,
him for
and he started crying. He's like, they just need encouragement, and I'm like, yes, that's what we like. Instead of telling them what their like fucking gender is, let's be encouraging, and like. That's such a good point too. That's what I feel like Mommy does too on Twitter. The people come to me and I give them the love that they need.
Jordana Peterson.
I'm a therapist, but I'm like sometimes I am like I should be charging for this, but whatever. People need people to talk to too.
Hopefully get your super chats up. You're gonna get that soon, right?
I just need more watch hours. That's all. Cash App, course, Mommy. But I need to make like actual videos. We were talking about this earlier because your videos can get more playtime. So
Yeah,
but
you
I
can
only do
watch
live.
it now. Mhm.
Oh, announcement for the people new in the chat now. June 23rd. Oh, I have a Thursday stream. Have you seen my Thursday stream, Kenny's? They're
Scissor
called
me timber.
Yeah, I've
Scissor Meat
seen.
Timbers.
I have been watching a lot. You've been putting out a lot of content recently.
I've been
Like
trying.
you've been putting on at least like 2 or 3 things a week. So,
Yeah.
like that I saw. Yeah, I did see Sesame Timbers. I saw that with
Alice. She was just popped in a
Alice
minute ago.
yeah.
And she and I have met IRL. She's cool and shit.
Yeah, Hex and Alice have met in real life. They're hanging out next weekend. So the June 23rd, Monica Perez is coming on. We're gonna
Oh man,
drink.
I know
still
that. I know that
jumping on
name. Who is that? I
So
know the
she
name.
has like more. She does a lot of conspiracy stuff. She has a podcast and what's her? No Propaganda. And
I
then
know the name. I've heard the name before.
Yeah, I mean you may have heard some of her stuff. She's
Yeah,
been
her,
on Twitter.
show, she did a radio show. She has a podcast called The Propaganda Report.
Propaganda. Though.
Oh yeah. I do remember that. I do. I definitely know the name. Yeah.
It'll be fun. So I'm excited for that. We're gonna try and get some other people on, but that's why I like talking to people. That's why I like doing this, like around the world.
If you could somehow get Michael Malice on,
It'd
be difficult. But if you could somehow, or maybe somebody like.
I already have a couple in the works. James.
We were trying to get
James Lindsay might come on.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good.
Trying to get Phil from All That Remains to come on.
Yeah, he will come on. And then we're gonna try and get Jeremy Kaufman on. I wonder if he responded.
Or Mosh. We're trying to get Mosh too.
Oh, that'd be fucking awesome. He'd be great for like a gun tutorial thing. Or
yeah, I would love
like...
to get. Oh yeah, so I have a friend who makes jewelry out of spent shells, and
is that the guy who makes the belts out of vegan?
No, that's someone else. That's a Twitter friend though. But yeah, Heldgear Belt. But my friend only sells at like gun shows and stuff, and so I'm like, we started a new thing called Purple is for Pro Gun, because all the anti-gun took orange, so we're Purple's Pro Gun. So there's gonna be a lot of cool purple. It'll be a bunch of jewelry, but I'm gonna start selling that a little bit, so that'll be fun. And I want to donate what I make, half of what I make, to Black Guns Matter. As it makes
nice, yeah. I think that's a great group. I really like him. Matt Strait. There was another guy I liked. What was his name? Yeah. Just get back to me. I gotta think about it.
Are you stoned to the bone?
No, I don't smoke. Who was it? You should also maybe try. I don't know if it's possible. Maybe get like Bridget Fedesi. That's another person who.
That'd be an interesting one, I think.
I've been on Chrissy with Chrissy Meyer. I bet I could try and see if she'd come on mine. What else? Robbie would come on anytime.
Oh yeah, we had Robbie on that one night.
Yeah, he'll come on anytime. Well, he's busy shit, but we'll figure that out. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Yeah, I'll reach out. I just fucking hate technology. I'm such a boomer. Do you do Discord, Kenny?
I used to. I can probably jump back on there again. Yeah.
Well, someone made me a Forest Mommy one, so I guess I'm gonna learn how to do that. So
yeah, it's kind of hard to use at first. I never really got the hang of it too much, but it's not. It's like Reddit and YouTube lives put together. Like it's cool. It's cool. Like once you get the hang of it, it's okay. It's pretty good. It's like a phone app, FaceTime, and Reddit. That's kind of what it is. You can make phone calls, you can FaceTime, you can talk, you can do all this stuff. There's groups.
Yeah, so he built me a Forest Mommy group, but it's not ready yet. But
yeah,
he's gonna make even emojis and stuff. I was like,
I think you can do that too. You can make your own emojis.
Yeah, that's so sweet. And why I can get while someone's gonna do it for free before I hit it big and have to start paying people. Just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah. What else? How's Miami?
Miami's great, man. I'm just trying to build up this the community down here. It's
Martha's down there, right? In Miami.
Martha Bueno?
Yeah.
Yeah, I follow her. I think I met her at an event. I think that was her.
Yeah, she's down there. Although she fights, the Mises and her have had fights or something. I'm like, whatever. And they're not even. It's fucking Twitter bullshit. It's so dumb. But I like her. She's hot.
Yeah, she is. I was gonna say she's hot. Like she's.
All right. You guys want to keep going?
I can go for a little bit. I haven't talked to you guys, but it's up to you because you've been going for 3 hours. So
I know, but it is fun to catch. No, just give me one more break and then we'll keep going.
Yeah, hold on. I'll be right back.
I will too, actually, as soon as I get this fucking camera back on. Be right back, y'all.
Did we all take a break? Sorry. Hey, everybody. Is first one shot? Are you still around? Probably not. It's my show now. Back to me. Lucifer, are you still here? Whatever did you mean about the Philly thing? Hi, Kenny.
What's up?
Nothing.
I saw your show with the BBW. That was fun.
Last weekend.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. And they were both topless. Although we said earlier, Q was probably completely naked.
Has he been keeping up with his push-ups that he was trying to do?
Oh yeah,
or-
push-up and his sit-ups or push-ups and squats every day. He's still been doing them.
Has he? He also tried to stop drinking or something, right? Is he still doing that?
He just drinks like on his breaks, which he doesn't get very many longer breaks from the driving. So, you know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. And just eating better, a little better.
Yeah, he should. Once he slims down, he should start running. When you do that, it's just a little bit, just like up and down the street a little bit. Then you'll really get in good shape.
Walking, because his job is so sitting, like just walking. He says he does start to feel like there's muscly, like tightening up a little bit, you know. So I'm like, good, because muscles. Once you used to build that muscle too, then it burns the fat faster.
Gaining muscle will help you lose fat because it takes more calories to move. Just to move, like swimming is also good. We're just talking about like fitness and stuff.
We're talking about Q and then the squats, and he asked if he was keeping up with the squats and stuff. I said, yeah, you've been keeping up with it.
Oh yeah, every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day, even in the dark, he'll film himself so you can't see him. But he's doing it in the dark. Yeah. He's a cool dude. We've hung out a couple times now. It's funny because he.
I hung out with him too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He thought it was somebody thought it was Mark Henry.
Yeah, we went to this fucking random ass Irish pub we found.
Yeah,
we're walking in. Someone thought he was Mark Henry.
Well,
I haven't heard of Mark Henry in years. Like, does he still do stuff? Mark Henry? I haven't heard him do anything.
I don't know.
I don't pay attention. I pay attention to myself. No, just kidding.
You should pay attention to yourself, though.
Yeah, but it's in the good. It's in the good. Yeah, that way.
Yeah,
in the positive way.
You're just kidding.
And I offer a lot of my energy to other people, and pay it forward and all that. So, yeah. Randy. Okay, we caught up on there. Sorry. Yeah. So, you're not working a summer job or anything, or are you?
I'm gonna jump into my last semester in a few days, so I have like maybe a week before it starts. I am going to Rolling Loud though. Rolling Loud's gonna be, you know that, right?
Oh, a concert or like a festival?
Yeah, it's a festival. It's a huge hip hop. I'm sure Hex knows. It's a huge hip hop festival here in Miami. It's super. I'm getting some of my friends actually from Twitter. You won't know them. They're from they're just kids. They're not like they're not from Liberty Twitter or anything. So they're gonna come down and they're gonna chill with me for a little bit. It's gonna be fun.
Is it pretty close? Like you can get to it pretty quickly from your house? It's not too far away.
Yeah. It's in Miami, so it's at the Hard Rock. So I live in Coral Gables or South Miami, that area. So it's like a 30-minute drive, But probably yeah. So I'm gonna pick my friends up from the airport. I'll take them to their Airbnb. We're just gonna have a ball. We're gonna have 3 days of just 3-4 days of just partying
Partying.
out of town honeys and all this type of stuff.
You're gonna be macking. You're gonna be out macking hard on. Do you remember macking? I remember we said that.
Yeah,
when we were
people
kids.
still say that, believe it or not.
You're macking on them.
You was
That's
surprised
good.
how many like older slangs just keep coming back. Like
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like even just like old stuff. Like there was a period of time where you remember that like the flat top haircut. People were wearing that like a Will Smith. I don't think we got to, yeah. You know, I don't think we got to talk about Will Smith slapping, although that's been talked to about like to
There's
death.
been talk
So
to death about that.
yeah, I have no desire to talk about that.
That's what they want. They're just fucking attention whores. They want us to talk about. So,
Mhm.
shut up, Tommy. Oh, I don't know, man. There's celebs. It's like, and what can you believe on anything? Like like we said, the Ukraine and Russian stuff. It's just like everything's just.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that Russia's going to win now. Like, I don't know why it was ever a doubt they would lose. Like, they're going to win territory. They're going to. Ukraine just can't keep. You know what I mean? Like, and also people don't really know. Like, if you follow Jimmy Dore, like that's a progressive guy that you should really follow. I love Jimmy Dore. He's great.
He's good. He's not like hard. He won't hardline stay with narrative shit. He'll go up.
He used to be with the Young Turks, which is
Yeah.
hilarious. Yeah, that's hilarious that he goes from that to that. Same thing with even Dave Rubin. Dave Rubin's he's all right, but I feel like Jimmy Dore's a lot more. You know, he sticks to his principles, so he's not afraid to go after.
That's all we ask for.
Have principles and stick to them.
Yeah, now Bill Maher's starting to stay. So it's like, yeah, buddy, you should have said this shit like 2 years ago to your people.
Right.
You know, it's actually funny because we were talking about the grooming and stuff like that. He actually did a big segment of a show where he was talking about that. He was talking about how the huge rise in the LGBTQ population is so unnatural. Like it's not just people reverting back to their natural self. There is now some type of a dogma, or there's
contagion.
Now, it's getting to the point where people are. It's not just gay people who are repressed. Now it's straight people who want to fake repression. So many of these people are just like, you're not gay, you're not bi-curious or whatever. You're just saying that.
You're a white kid who grew up in a 2-parent home in the suburbs. You ain't fucking oppressed.
Yeah, shut up. Because
oppression, everyone gay. No, I'm joking.
It's funny because these kids aren't even gay. Like they're just like they're just making shit
They're
up.
fucking 14. They don't know shit. You don't know
anything.
Shit. You're horny maybe, but you don't fucking know shit like that.
Yep.
Like, no, it's that's why I want to have James Lindsay on because he kind of
he's good about that.
When he talks about the Mao and all that stuff that was happening back then, they would like. I'm not this specifically, but to like you didn't want to be like this level of person. You had to be do like all this shit, and I can't even fucking explain, but he can explain it.
It's just so crazy how Marxist theory has been pushed to so many things, whether it's the Frankfurt critical theory from the Frankfurt School, and then they take that and they put it with race and racial socialism, and then they take that and they add it to social. Like you've heard about that?
No.
Oh God, it's like critical race theory type, like proletariat, bourgeoisie, people of color, BIPOC. That's the proletariat, and white people, the bourgeoisie. It's just like that. Yeah, it's like that. It's not very creative, but that's what it is. Like James Lindsay.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, that's it. I'm done.
Hi, Welsh Republic podcast. Yeah, and he just and he like if we were talking earlier, the Department of Education like went in 1980 or something, and I'm like, my conspiracy theory is the Department of Education is basically a CCP branch, and then they start because he says they say he's like he can pinpoint where it started coming into the schools. Where they like which teachers started pushing or books started pushing like that we need to teach kids this race theory stuff, and like this critical, like they're really pushing it for a while, like even from the 70s. And so I love did you see him when he was on Dr. Phil?
Who? Matt Walsh?
No, James Lindsay. That was a good episode with Matt Walsh.
Yeah, I didn't see James Lindsay on.
Well, they only put him at the very, the very, very end. And so, like, he was saying, I had to sit there and listen to all this bullshit for the whole fucking show. And then he's so smart. So he was like, like he only had 2 minutes, and he was just like spit it the fuck out, like sounded
Yeah.
autistic and shit, but he like got it all out and like called him
Mhm.
out like really quick. And like it's just he's very smart. He's just a very smart person.
Yeah, he's very he has like a degree in like mathematics or something, or he's like a super fucking really
Yeah, he's-
smart guy.
Do you watch his
Um,
YouTube?
I watched his thing with Michael Mount. I have watched some of his deconstructions
Yeah.
of critical theory. Critical theory is it's such bullshit. It's just like not everything has to be like they're the real conspiracy theorists. They're the ones who don't take individual choice into account. They don't want to discuss any type of biological or structural things that doesn't fit their, you know what I mean? Like they the things that they believe in are just so nonsensical. It's just like
They're
it's just
the
like
racist, aren't they? The racist. If you're
Yeah,
like teaching a
it's-
school class and you're like, hey, black girl, guess what? You're not gonna make it in life, and this person's
Yeah.
gonna be
how
making it.
yeah. And
You're
the
not
worst thing
telling them
about
I've
that.
talked
the
about
worst
that before. I talked about
the
that
worst thing
before.
about it is that they're pointing to white people and white kids saying you're the ones doing this. Well, what and they're the reason why you're not doing well. What else is that going to do except breed contempt and hostility?
Which is the point.
Right, which is
Yeah,
exactly
like-
what is happening.
Yeah, it's just like
They want to keep us divided.
yeah.
I
I
love
think we need to do a
everybody.
better job of finding out who they is though. Like they are, I should say. Like
Right.
them like names. Like we gotta
Who are
have
they?
names. Like who are they?
Yes, obviously
So.
the Illuminati. Come on,
Ooh.
Kenny.
Or the
Yeah.
World
Program.
Economic Forum, maybe. Yeah, it's interesting because it's like, yeah. Why do you want to? I don't know. Like I said, encouragement. Why aren't we saying, hey, you can do whatever? Like, and obviously we, as more liberty people, you have to be realistic. You can't say, hey, you can be a fucking girl, cat, and change your gender. Not that shit, but like,
Mhm.
you know, encouragement of like finding what you're good at and like encouraging how to be productive. And you know, but no, they're like,
See-
let's put you on medicine and make you fucking crazy. That's what we're gonna do.
These people rely on incremental gains. They're always thinking ahead. Like they just incrementally. First, it starts with putting, you know, on. It's kind of weird because ever since the fall of the Soviet Union, they've been a lot more brazen with their Marxist tendencies. Before, this stuff could never pass during the Cold War because you'd be called a commie or so. So in a way, kind of the Soviet Union falling was kind of bad because now it just led to a flood of these repressed ideas into our universities. Before all this anti-American, I'm not like the most jingoistic person or anything, but you need to have some level of patriotism, especially if you're an immigrant. If you're in like for example, this isn't about America, but there's a lady called Yasmin Abdiel something, and she's Sudanese and she was from Australia and England, and she just got ratioed on Twitter because she was saying how the Union Jack makes her sick. I'm like, what the fuck? You moved there, you asshole. You don't like it? Go like, what the? How the hell are you gonna? That's like going to an Indian restaurant and smelling like, oh, this smells bad. Like, why the fuck did you go there? If you
Right.
don't like it, why did you go there? Like, you know what you're getting into.
No one's forcing you to fucking go there.
Yeah, no one's forcing you to go there. You're allowed to have your opinion, but I just
No one's
can't
forcing
take
you
it
to look at
seriously.
it. No one's forcing you like
Yeah.
look away if it's that offensive to you. Like
Yeah, just
people just want complain. Well, our lives are really fucking good. Like we should all be more of toiling in the fields for our self-sufficiency, but we're not doing that. So then people are in universities and talking about the dumbest fucking shit ever. Like it's some
you
of
know,
it.
what is that phrase? Good times breeds weak men, or something, or
Yeah.
something like that. It's just
Yeah.
yeah,
We're the strong men, babies. You guys are the strong men.
we have to be. That's why you'll eat meat, work out, lift weights, get to have a masculine.
Shoot
Masculine-
guns.
Eat a pussy
Yeah,
in the back of a
yeah,
eat a
yeah,
pussy in the
yeah.
back of a Corolla or whatever that car was. Was it a Camry or Corolla?
There's a Camry. I remember this story.
I wasn't eating nothing. Oh man,
That story's legendary.
Yeah.
you caught me off guard with that one.
That's what we need. The people more need to laugh more too, and all these fucking
Mhm.
oppressed losers are just stupid as fuck.
They say
Yeah.
laughter is one of the best cures.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I like to make people laugh.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do? What else going on? Oh yeah, the Tamar saw that story. That was so long ago, really. I wonder
Mhm.
when that was.
Oh, that was forever ago.
Probably like December, like January or something like that. It was a
Yeah.
while ago. Maybe more, maybe November.
We gotta find when our first episode was so we can have an anniversary, Hex. I'll have to look back.
I want to say.
I mean, I know we had a couple, but then like our Sunday.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But that one was when was
Golden
that?
Shower. Golden Showers is legendary.
Yeah.
But I like the Scissor Me Timbers too.
Yeah. Someone on Twitter made that up. I'm saying I want when people think of golden showers, they're gonna think of my live stream, not piss. I'm taking the word
Not R.
making
Kelly.
it, and not R. Kelly. Yeah.
Bro, R. Kelly, the justice system was such a joke. This guy was running free for like two and a half decades, and it took a damn documentary to come out of stuff that we already knew.
He was
for
so
them
open
to-
about it.
Yeah, like I don't understand. Why do you need a documentary for stuff that's on tape? Now like this, it's ridiculous. But that dude is a fucking mess. He's crazy. What is it with R&B singers doing this weird shit? Like did you hear about Trey Songz doing something like
No, I
this
didn't.
too?
No, I didn't.
Something he didn't piss on anyone, I don't think, but Trey Songz had some weird shit going on. I don't know exactly what but it was something weird. Something about a harem of girls and something really weird. Like, what is with these R&B singers, man? You're rich. Like you don't have to do all this weird shit. Like girls will throw themselves at you. You just be normal. You don't have to hold people in slavery and shit.
It's probably like the same with the whole Hollywood shit.
Mhm.
They got their little cult, and it's probably the same
Holly-
thing in the music,
Holly
in the music
weird.
industry.
They sell their souls for real for fame, and I
Mhm.
swear they sell their souls, and that's why it's so demonic and shit.
Sacrificing people. Yeah, that's what they say.
Lucifer Morningstar. So there's a show called Lucifer, which technically it could be bad, but it's a comic, I believe, about the devil, Lucifer, and like so it's comic booky, right?
Randy.
But the yeah, exactly. But the story, it's about this really fun guy, and he's the devil, and he's Lucifer, and so part of the story is like famous people. He's in LA, and famous people like sell their soul to him and have to like get favors from him, and it's like it's probably really like that, like
Mhm.
and like ritualists, they probably do weird rituals and shit. Like I don't know. I don't trust. I'm so conspiracy about everything now. Because if you have all the money and power of the world, you're bad, you're gonna go as far as you fucking can, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, these
There's no
people are
stop.
these people are power hungry and money hungry. I think they want the power more than the money, but they
Oh,
want
yeah.
both.
Because you don't need
Yes,
the money
yes,
once you have the
control.
power.
Power, yeah.
And they have it all. I mean, why haven't we heard a list for the Maxwell or for
Oh yeah, we still don't know
Epstein's
who.
lists?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we still don't
Oh
know
yeah,
that.
they filmed Johnny Depp and Amber Heard to distract us
Yeah.
while they filmed Kyle Rittenhouse, but in between both of those cases was Maxwell, and we still don't. And we know
That's
some people on there, but we don't know
That's something
everybody.
That's something I wanted to bring up earlier. For some reason, I'm seeing people talk about Kyle Rittenhouse again.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he has
And they're
he had
saying
an AR.
they're saying he got away with murder, and it's like, did you look at any of the video evidence? You dense motherfuckers.
Or just read a synopsis of the case. It's just like you don't even have to do that. It's just like murder. Like, do you know what murder means? Murder is premeditated. He just met those people, so you at the very most you can't have any first degree murder or anything like that. The most is second or third, and on top of that, it was self defense. And he had really great discipline. Yeah, discipline. That's the word.
And he was being a good citizen by protecting his friend's auto. Like he was
Bro,
being a good.
they were
He
gonna
was asked to
blow
be
up.
there.
They were gonna blow up the gas station. Did you see
And they're
that?
Indian owners, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please help with dealership.
I love Indian accents so much. I love Indians.
Oh man, that's.
I told you the Indians out here love those white girls
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
because there's a lot of us.
Mhm. Yeah,
No, but
I believe it.
Where do I
I think where the white women at?
Where the white win at?
Did you
That
get
was a
that shirt
classic.
yet, Hex? Did you get that
fuck, I forgot. I'm gonna
Alright.
remind me Wednesday because I get paid.
Okay. I was gonna talk about like how something else would look like. I said, I think they really wanted to make him look bad because he was a good citizen
Mhm.
and was helping.
They want to make guns too in the AR.
And
They want to
self-defense.
demonize that. Mhm.
And they want to demonize self-defense because even in the moment, maybe those people he had killed didn't have the backgrounds they did, but he killed out, or they were bad fuckers.
You know,
like it worked out.
That's one thing
One
I
dude is
hated.
a literal pedophile.
I was
Yeah.
arguing this point. There were people saying he didn't know that they were criminals. They acted like criminals.
Yeah, that's
What
them
the
being
fuck?
criminals when they're aggressing on you.
Yeah, one was a pedo who was acting like a pedo. One was a like a domestic who was doing who was attacking with a skateboard. They acted exactly like their record showed.
And the pedophile one, even they have him on video long before Con. He's saying the hard R and shit, and it's
Yeah,
Shoot
like
me,
when you-
nigga. Remember that?
yeah, I did see that.
And then, well,
and he
you
looks like an
asked.
aggressive criminal while he's doing it. He looks.
Yeah, it's just like these people are just shit.
There you
Oh,
are.
Okay, sorry.
They're not good people if they're showing up. Like, if a good person wants to show up to, like, at least just protect property. Well, they don't respect property either, so they'll never fucking get it. Do you want to know what else happened during the Rittenhouse trial? That's when they released out here. I don't know if you know the story of Johnny Hurley out here, but
yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah,
like for 4 months that we did know a cop shot him, but they didn't release anything for 4 months, right? And then right when the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, that's when they released everything because they know everyone will be paying attention to the Kyle Rittenhouse, and even people in Colorado don't even know about it. Like it was not. So that's when they released. Oh, they weren't charging him. The cop still has his job, and they released all the videos. At least they did release everything, and we were able to see what happened and stuff. But it's like they did it on purpose right then. I knew it. It's terrible because they don't want good. That he was a literal good guy with a gun. He was literally a good guy with a gun. There was cops in the area, all, with their plates on and all, their guns. They were right there and they didn't run out. And Johnny was in a fucking t-shirt and Vans and he ran out. It's like, fuckers.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just.
And we weren't rioting. We didn't riot because the cop shot a good white guy. We didn't burn shit down,
Because you don't accomplish anything by doing that. Like, you really don't. Like, you know, the best way to fight against power is to use their power against them. When you react with physical power and rioting and looting, you don't accomplish anything. You just cause more problems. You give them an excuse to militarize. You give them more excuses to you don't want to get best way to fight against police brutality is not to fight them in person, fight them in the courtroom. It's harder. It's hard to do, but if you can win like that, then you set a precedent. So
yeah, it's it's like our option right now. That's our option to do it.
I would rather, I don't want necessarily money from the city. I would rather want them fired and prosecuted. If you can do that, I wouldn't even want money against the cops, hypothetically.
Well, yeah, Tamara Khan. There are people who think Rittenhouse shot black people still. They're still
I was hip with that. I was arguing that when I was on Twitter, and I said that Kyle Rittenhouse didn't really do anything wrong. Like, you don't have to love the guy. You don't have to think he's a hero. But at the very least, you have to understand he has a right to defend himself. And they kept saying he killed black people. No, he didn't. No, he didn't, you fucking idiot. All three of them were white as snow, and they were all fucking assholes. Fuck them. And you would not, if you gave me the choice of who do you want as a neighbor, especially if you have kids, Joseph Rosenbaum or Kyle Rittenhouse. I'm taking Kyle Rittenhouse any day. I'm not taking that Persian pedo. Yeah, I'm not even a question.
And the one guy that he didn't kill, he was there illegally with a gun. That Chase guy, the one who went on the stand.
Yeah,
that guy.
Did you know that there was
blown out?
Yeah, there was a black dude who attacked Kyle Rittenhouse, who kicked him. He didn't shoot him.
Yeah, he's still alive.
There was 4 people. There's 4 people who attacked him. He shot 3 of the white ones and killed 1. He didn't shoot the black guy. The black guy who kicked him didn't get shot.
It's just stupid. They were making him look. They're like, "Oh, this idiot! He drove across state lines with a gun." And it's where did that guy hit that felon with the gun? He was there with the gun too. Why are we trying to make one look better than the other?
He traveled twice the distance.
Yeah, like what the fuck? How are they not?
These people are not factual.
No, and they side with the bad guys. Which I get that. Like, bleeding heart. You have to see everything as much as you can right away. But that's like, no. Like, what the fuck? I can't handle it. And they were spurred on by government people that it was just all fucking weird, all that bullshit. Can't handle it. I guess you guys good? What do you want to do?
I feel we had a good conversation. You guys been going almost 4 hours, so if you want to hang it up, I'm good.
You're hanging up.
But it
I
was good to
know.
talk to you guys. It was really
Yeah,
good to see
now
you
we have
guys.
now I can invite you on more. I have your email.
Yeah, good, awesome. Appreciate it.
Does anyone want to
Right,
plug
well,
anything? You want to plug anything, Kenny?
God, I need to be prepared. I had some people's, some smaller people's Twitters. How about next time? Let me go look for them because I
Alright.
want to take up your time. But I got a few people to plug.
Okay.
So
But
yeah, but I will say, check out the Patrick Bet David interview with Dave Smith. What's it called? Larry Sharp.
Oh, the
and
round table.
Spike,
That was the round
Spike
table.
Cohen. Yeah, the round
And the
table
hot
with
girl,
Spike,
Jessica.
Yeah, Spike Cohen. Spike Cohen was
You
on
were
there
there?
too. He's
I know. I feel like me and her should be friends because they're like hot. Well, she's like really. She's fucking playboy. But,
all right. Well,
all
take it
right.
easy, guys. I'll talk to you soon. It was good seeing you.
Okay, bye, Kenny.
All right,
Hex,
bye, everyone.
You can plug your shit, Hex, too.
Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Twitter, Instagram, all that. YouTube. Hexcelerate. Y'all know the drill at this point, regulars.
And we'll get hopefully we get super chat soon. All right, everyone. You know me at the Desert Daddy or here.
We gotta get you the Forest Mommy handle back.
I know, I wish.
Some
I
way.
may or may not jump on Tax tonight. I'm always getting bad habits when I jump on his. So we'll see to his peeps that are here. But all right. Goodbye, everybody.
Peace.